Live from the Valley View Casino Center, San Diego, California. It's time for leg one of the Pacific Division PASL playoffs on the road to the Ron Newman Cup. Tonight, the San Diego Sockers, in search of their fourth straight Professional Arena Soccer League championship, open up division round play against the Turlock Express. It's the Express and the Sockers from San Diego and the Valley View Casino Center, the PASL playoffs on SDSockers.com and America One. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the sports arena. We were here earlier for game one and the Southwest Division opening leg, which saw Toros de Mexico come out and give the Las Vegas Legends a battle, only to succumb at the end 10-8. The Legends take leg one and will head home to the Orleans Arena tomorrow night with an opportunity to clinch the Southwest Division playoff and a berth in the Ron Newman Cup semifinals right here in San Diego on March 10th. For the Sockers, work to be done. They need a win here tonight. Then the two teams will reconvene at the same spot, the Orleans Arena in Sin City at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And if the Sockers can win both legs, they'll advance clean. If one team splits with the other in the two games, a 30-minute mini game will follow leg two tomorrow. Tomorrow night's game and every remaining Sockers playoff game from here to the Ron Newman Cup Championship will be on radio on ESPN Radio 1700. Tonight's game, our final web-only broadcast of 2012-13. With the lights darkened here at the Valley View Casino Center, it's time for the introduction of tonight's starting 14. And the starting lineup brought to you by the Ball Auto Group, celebrating 40 years of serving San Diego. Ball Mitsubishi on the mile of cars. Visit ballmitsubishi.com. The Sockers are being introduced to their home crowd right now. And San Diego starting 14, Riley Swift in goal tonight. Paul Wright, the 43-year-old midfielder, makes his return to the lineup. More on that with Tim Strombel shortly. Aaron Susi, the team captain. Anthony Medina, Brian Farber, Zé Roberto, Chiqui Luna, Diego Rovira, Eduardo Velez, Raimundo Reza, Scotty Martin, Mike Mercuriali, Eric Wonderly, and Craig Childs. The starting 14 tonight for the San Diego Sockers. Wonderly got his first start of the year in Mexico. He gets his second start in leg one of the playoffs. For the Turlock Express, under their head coach Art Polito, 9-7. They finished 6 games behind the Sockers in the Pacific Division. In goal, it'll be Javier Pedroza, 6-2 with a 6.31 goals against average and a 75% save percentage. The rest of the starting 14, Yoriel Robledo, Hector Angeles, Samuel Saldate, Jose Barajas, Arturo Polito, Adrian Gutierrez, Jesus Belmonte, Jorge Carmona, Martin Arista, Jesse Horta, Ronald Cuchuy, Ivan Campos, Sergio Souza. The starting 14 for the Turlock Express. Sending out the social media bulletins that our broadcast is underway. And don't forget, you can follow the Sockers, like them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter at SD Sockers Team. Follow me on Twitter, Craig Elston at 619 Sports. The Sockers and the Turlock Express just about ready to get underway here, live from the Valley View Casino Center, as head coach Phil Salvaggio is introduced to the crowd. The fog machine working extra overtime here. The Sockers and the Turlock Express. We're just minutes away from the opening kickoff. Now we're going to have the presentation of tonight's national anthem from San Diego, California. Kickoff just moments away on SDSockers.com and America One. Sockers take a little fun bounce off of their inflatable logo, and the lights come back up here at the Valley View Casino Center. We are just about ready to go. Opening kickoff is coming up between the Turlock Express and the San Diego Sockers. It's leg one of the PASL Pacific Division playoff. Leg one of the Southwest Division playoff went to the Las Vegas Legends. They beat Toros de Mexico earlier here at the Valley View Casino Center by a 10-8 score. Greg Elston with our statisticians, Adrina Badal and Nick Pellegrino. Dave Evenson is our head videographer. And right now, we're going to go between the benches, and we're going to welcome in the sideline reporter and first half play-by-play announcer for our opening leg, Tim Stromble, joining us for our Between the Benches pregame report. Hi, Tim.
Hey, Craig, how's it going? It's going pretty well down here. I can tell you it's a little bit louder than it normally is. The fans really loud coming to support the Sockers in this opening divisional round game. Couple quick changes for you. Eric Wonderly is in the starting 14. It's his second start of the season. He got his first last week in Mexico. But as you know, Craig, you were telling me before the game, a key contributor the last couple of years in the playoffs, so a little bit of experience by Phil Salvaggio coming into the lineup. Elsewhere, Paul Wright returning after a 3-game absence, looking great in training all week, so they're putting him in the starting lineup. So two very experienced players for Phil Salvaggio coming back into the lineup, Craig. We'll see if it pays off for him.
Thank you very much, Tim Stromble, for the Between the Boxes report. Tim will be available to let us know about injuries, coaching timeouts, and much more as we continue through the evening, plus interviews at halftime and after the game. Again, these two teams will reconvene in Las Vegas, Nevada tomorrow for the second leg and, in theory, concluding leg of the PASL Pacific Division playoffs. That game will be identically at 7 p.m., although from what I'm hearing, it may go off at 7:30 tomorrow, just depending on how late the Las Vegas game against the Toros goes. They are going to kick a half hour later than we did tomorrow. They're going to kick at 4 p.m. at the Orleans Arena. We are just about ready for tonight's opening kickoff. The Express and the Sockers are out on the field. Turlock is in their maroon tops, trimmed in white with gold numbers, black shorts, black socks. San Diego in their home uniform, horizontal navy blue and black striped top with black shorts and yellow socks. 15 minutes are on the clock. Riley Swift in goal for San Diego. Javier Pedroza for Turlock. And the PASL playoffs, the road to the Ron Newman Cup, about to get underway exclusively on SDSockers.com and America One Sports. Sockers and Express. Turlock will have the opening restart. They'll run left to right in our opening 15 minutes. The Sockers right to left as we bring you the action from Box 1 on the north side of the San Diego Sports Arena, renamed the Valley View Casino Center. The crowd continuing to file in. Won't be our biggest crowd of the year, as this game wasn't originally on the season ticket package or on the schedule. Sockers, who have had months to promote all their other games, had about a week to promote this one. Nonetheless, it will be a good crowd, and as you heard from Tim Stromble, it's already a vocal and emotional crowd, ready to support the Sockers and try and lift them through to the semifinals. Leg one tonight, leg two tomorrow in Las Vegas. And Kia Depina, our lead official on the field, is taking time to make sure that the goal netting to my left in the eastern goal is secured. Farber, Wright, Martin, Susi, Roberto out on the field for San Diego to start the game. The whistle sounds. Polito plays it back to Barajas, and we are underway from the sports arena. It's the Sockers and the Express and the opening leg of the PASL Pacific Division playoffs. Bronil Kachui, Arturo Polito plays one forward to Kiko Gutierrez. 24 assists, 42 points. He skips a goal wall pass, read by Riley Swift. A quick counterattack ball to the sprinting Brian Farber. He centers a feed, which skitters into the crease, and Javier Pedroza will pick it up for Turlock. Pedroza, a big figure in goal. Don't have an official height and weight, but he looks like about 6'2", 230. Here's Riley Swift punting one out of the middle of his crease out to offensive midfield. Tracked down by Aaron Susi. Polito runs it down at the midfield stripe and does battle there. Ball played behind, and Scotty Martin wins it for San Diego. Scotty, 15 starts for the Sockers, sat out as a precautionary measure in San Diego's 15-9 win in Tijuana to close out the regular season. The Sockers 15-1, best record in the PASL, which is something they've managed to do each of their 4 years in the league. With 1 minute elapsed, it's Riley Swift across his red line. A long ball forward, chested down by Martin on the left edge of the crease. He crosses, looking for Craig Childs. Headed to the far wall where it skips up and over. And last touch by San Diego's Anthony Medina. Childs, the PASL record setter. Goals, 56. Points, 72. Both new league records. And a likely third MVP award. A goalie pass to the far wall headed by Diego Rivera into the Sockers bench and quickly replayed by the Express. 13:30 to go. Given away. Cheeky Luna, long shot, and skipping back into his goal is Pedroza. Cheeky trying to catch Pedroza out of goal. Javier chested it down for his first save. Ball dispossessed in offensive midfield. Luna feeds Childs on left wing. Childs tried to cross to Medina. Run down from behind by Gutierrez. And then, interesting, Pedroza grabbed that ball. It looked like a playback from Gutierrez to Pedroza. That could have been a penalty if it was called by Kia Depina. Instead, the ball played along the near wall. A fight for possession, Robledo and Velez. The ball hops out to San Diego's top of the crease. Look out, Medina. Just able to keep Jesse Horta off that ball with some open space. Rovira trying to run on the near wall. He deflects the clearing attempt out to the corner. And Pedroza has it knocked out. Luna heads it down. He's got Childs lurking. Rovira tried to play it off the goal wall, and it's over that goal glass and out of play. A throw coming for Pedroza and the Express. Clock stops with 12:41 to go in the first quarter. No score. Sockers in Turlock. Adrian Taitano, our second on-field official today with Kia Depina. Ray Reza heads one. Eric Wonderly out on the home pitch for the first time here at the Sports Arena. At the red line, the Express pressure. Reza to midfield. Knocked down by Turlock. Jumping on it on the near wall is Martin Arista. 6 goals, 11 points on the season. At the top of the crease, Roberto knocks one down. Souza now to the near wall. It hops off to Arista. He comes across the red line on right wing. Cuts to the left foot. Puts it into the far corner. Souza and Wonderly do battle. Eric, nice job to win it away. Plays it to midfield where Horta will track it down for Turlock. 12 minutes on a running first quarter clock, no score. With dreadlocks and a long rat tail behind him, the keeper Pedroza. Wonderly wins one at the red line from Horta. Ball played back to Riley on his feet. Scoops it with the inside of his left foot to the far wall, and Scotty Martin comes across his red line for San Diego. Over to Zé Roberto, defensive captain of the Sockers, the 34-year-old Brazilian. Cuts Campos on the near wall, taken away by Angeles, I should say. And now look out. Here's Paul Wright springing up on empty space. Here comes P3. Feeds Aaron Susi on right wing. Back to Paul. What a save, Pedroza. Javier Pedroza. A great 2-on-1 run. The veteran Susi and Wright. And Pedroza up to the task. Still no score. 11:10 to play in the first. Polito harassed from behind by Farber. Rivera takes it away, and Susi will heel it back to Riley Swift. Good run there by Paul, springing from defensive zone. Now he's running as Rivera comes in offensive midfield. Steps over the ball straight away. He gets turned back to the red line, overlapping run Farber. Feeds it outside. It's Velez booming it into the night. All the way through a tunnel and into the concourse. That takes skill. I don't think you could do that twice if you asked. Goal throw Pedroza at 10:46. Long ball. Martin will head it to Riley. Swift throws the near wall. Can Velez run on this ball? No, it gets out too far in front of him. But then Eddie knocks it down. He's got Childs around. Tries to pass it off the goal wall, and there's Pedroza to grab it. Craig was just parked at the top of the crease. Long ball, Pedroza. Headed into empty space. Cheeky will play it to Swift out of his crease. 10:20 to go in the first, no score. Martin, curving ball. Medina jumping to try and flick ahead on it. Instead, at midfield, it is Barajas playing it into the far corner. Yuriel Robledo, the 30-year-old veteran, taken away in the corner by Childs, but tipped out on left wing. Shot high off the glass. Comes down on one hop to Jorge Carmona. Carmona battling for possession on the near wall. It comes over the wall. Last touch by Medina, says Titano, and that means a top-of-the-box free kick for the Turlock Express. Medina didn't argue too long with Adrian's call. And as Robledo shoots it into the wall, blocked by Childs, flicked out by Luna, and it just hit the base of the near wall to prevent a second defensive clear. Cheeky wasn't sure about that one. He watched it like a field goal kicker. 9:45 to go in the first. Turning middle of the field, Carmona. Jorge Carmona plays it on left wing. Creeping in, it's Kiko. He feeds a ball on left wing, taken away by Eddie Velez. Some fancy footwork at his own red line, taken away again by the Express. Rolled down, and Swift kicks a deflected ball all the way out to midfield. Under 9.5 in the scoreless first. Running up on a steal attempt, Medina, taken back away from him by Barajas. Barajas rolled it on left wing. Carmona couldn't track down a rolling ball. It comes into the far corner. He sidewall passes it out to Horta, who chips it at skitters along the goal glass, and there's Riley to grab it for San Diego. High pressure shown by Carmona. It's Roberto playing it back to Swift. 3 Express on the attacking side of the field. Martin turns on the near wall. Tried for a 1v1 play. Couldn't beat Robledo. Plays it back to Riley with under 9 to go in the first. No score. Sockers and Express. Leg 1 of the Pacific Division playoffs with leg 2 tomorrow at 7 from the Orleans Arena. Martin to Riley Swift. Some man pressure now shown by the Express. Riley's going to walk across the red line. Here he comes. Bends the ball, edge of the crease. Susi will watch it into the goal glass. He shoots! Oh, just wide of the right. Turned on one touch and just missed the far post. Loose ball deflects out to offensive midfield. A man goes down for Turlock. The ball rolls into empty space, defensive midfield. That's where Roberto is able to track it down and pass it to Riley. 8:15 in the first, no score. It's Swift outside his crease. Left-footed bomb to the red line. Kicked out by Turlock. And a 3-line pass called on Swift. A 3-line pass called on Riley Swift. That'll be a red line free kick coming for the Turlock Express. Still looking for our first goal of this one. We're at the 8:08 mark of the first quarter. Sockers have to sprint back. And it's rolled on left wing. The shot blocked by Farber up into the crowd. The shot by Belmonte. And Farber gets another shot block, second on the team in that category behind Eddie Velez. Back out to Arturo Polito. Rolled it to the edge of the crease looking for Kachui. Farber took it away, then it's banked back into that corner. Kachui looking for a second try. Rivera heads it out of the crease. Farber, dangerous run, puts it up the middle of the field. Reza bumped by Polito, no foul. Wow, pretty good contact right there in midfield. Kia watched it and shrugged. 7:45 to go in the first. Belmonte. His attempted pass from the red line, headed by Childs back into the attacking zone. Then he flicks it way up in the air. Does it go out of play? Oh, it hit off right at the edge of the low wall and prevents a defensive clear. Kachui in front of the Sockers bench. Bernil Kachui had a couple of goals in the 11-7 San Diego win over Turlock here back on January 5th. Childs restricted in his touches so far in the first quarter. Here's Pedroza kicking it out to midfield for Turlock. Springing up on it is Rivera. Diego Steele, he's got a 3v2 to Childs. He shoots and scores! Craig Childs has opened the scoring tonight with his first playoff goal of the year and 57th of the season. Rivera the assist. 1-0 San Diego. A great 3v1 that developed quickly at midfield, and Childs made no mistake. He banged it off the crossbar and home. Time of the goal, 7:09, and we reach the officials' timeout with the Sockers holding a 1-0 lead, 7:09 first quarter. Childs with the goal. Let's go down between the benches to Tim Stromble.
Thanks, Craig. Raimundo Reza getting his left arm and wrist looked at after that contact you saw just a couple of minutes ago. So getting that looked at, he looks like he's going to be okay, but they were tending to him.
Paul Savage, the lead trainer for the San Diego Sockers. Riley Swift under pressure in his own zone. Loses it to the Express. Here's Robledo. Long shot blocked by Farber and Velez. Great job by San Diego. Brian Farber playing with a very sore right foot. When you see him put that foot out to block, understand that he expects excruciating pain when he receives contact. That's what he'll do as a playoff star and one of the leaders of this team. It's Paul Wright. He gets hammered on the near wall by Barajas, a team foul called. I think Paul did a little bit of a sell at the end of that one. He went down hard, but maybe wasn't hit quite as hard. Just a team foul. Wright trying to feed Susi. Aaron turns, edge of the crease, bumped away from him by Belmonte. Make that Barajas. And the Sockers regroup at midfield. 6:20 to go in the first. San Diego 1, Turlock nothing. Eddie to the far corner, dragging down Susi on right wing was Barajas. And the Sockers will free kick from a point-blank angle on right wing. That was easy to call, and yet the Express argued. Second team foul. This could be an outstanding free kick. It's about a little over halfway down the crease, offset about a yard to the right. Who will take it? It's Cheeky. He shoots it into the wall. The ball is deflected by Campos and cleared down the field. Eddie Velez. Long ball to the goal glass near corner, looking for Childs. Cleared out by Turlock, headed down by Eddie. Hops over the low wall, out of play. Polito restarts right there for Turlock. Under 6 to go in the first quarter. Is Gutierrez back to his keeper, Javier Pedrosa. Robledo now, red line to Jesse Horta. Back to Pedrosa and Childs, high pressures for San Diego. At midfield, Anthony Medina able to chest down that punt by Pedrosa. Here he comes off that near wall. Tries to cut in between two players. Gutierrez walls him off. Takes the ball away. Merck steps up on pressure and is called for a foul. Fairly called by Taitano, I would say. First team foul on San Diego. 2 for Turlock. And a restart defensive midfield. Played to the far wall. Samuel Saldate lost it to Medina. Curving ball. Anthony feeds Childs on left wing. He shot it left-footed off of the frame. Oh, Craig on one touch. Now Merck trying to put it in. Punted out by Horta over the low wall. Free kick from the far wall for San Diego on a deflected shot. Reza back out on the field, I see. Good sign for San Diego after being looked at by Paul Savage. That shot blocked by Robledo, and the Sockers will free kick from the identical spot. 5:14 to go first quarter. Cheeky runs over the ball, and here comes Childs. Deflected into the crease. Knocked down by Belmonte to the near wall, and then into the penalty box, where it hit our videographer Dave Evenson's handheld camera. Hopefully the camera's okay. That's a high-priced piece of equipment. Diego Rivera behind his midfield stripe to Ray Reza. Now Susi on the near midboards. Go wall pass looking for Reza. Cleared out by Campos, or Raimundo would have been crashing right in on goal point blank. Here is Zé Roberto at his red line for San Diego. 1-0 Sockers, 4:40 on a running clock in the first quarter. Zay bends one for Susi. Collects, tried to turn to the left foot, tipped away by Belmonte. Wonderly finds it on the near wall. Turns offensive midfield. Plays it along that near wall, trying to feather one to Diego. Saldate takes away. Backheel pass to Polito, offensive midfield. Crosses with space to Horta. Jesse Horta steps over the ball straight away to the red line. Rolls it in easily on goal, a save for Riley. It is Swift to Zay on the near wall. Chips one forward. Belmonte to midfield. Eric Wonderly steps up on a steal, but his attempt to feed Childs went over the head of everyone, and Horta tracks it down to the edge of his crease. Chips one down the far wall. Riley Swift to Zay Roberto. Zay makes his run across midfield, offensive midfield. Here comes the defense. Feeds it to Paul Wright. Wright shuffles his hips forward. He's working the ball on the near wall. Straight away, Childs tried to pass it back to Zay Roberto, a giveaway. Taken away by Carmona. Jorge Carmona continuing to run. And then there's Childs to come from behind. Good work rate by KC defensively there to take it back for San Diego. The Express collect an offensive midfield with under 3:30 to play. Childs, by the way, showing a playoff beard tonight. Unshaven for the playoffs. Into the corner. Gutierrez tried to feed for a header on the back post by Carmona. And luckily that for the Sockers, that ball went over his head. It was a good try. Carmona reestablishes possession of the red line. Chips one blocked by Farber, but it rolls into the crease. Riley grabs it, bumping into him, Carmona. The Sockers fans react to that mild contact. So Martin's ball forward. Oh, and stepping up Pedroza in the middle of his crease. Susi was lurking, trying to knock one in from midair. Saldate weaving at center circle. Comes across the shield with 2:45 to play. Behind him to Barajas. First quarter action from Valley View Casino Center. 1-0 the Sockers lead the Express. It's Barajas turning at center circle. Back to his keeper Pedroza across the red line. He curves a long ball forward. Into the near corner it comes. Zay Roberto trying to wall off Carmona. A foul on Carmona, bumping Zay into the glass. Zay Roberto. Restart defensive zone. 2:30 to go in the first. Across two lines to Medina. Fighting on that near wall for possession with Barajas. Barajas sprung it towards San Diego's goal, but Anthony regained possession. Riley, long ball. Knocked down by Susi short of the red line. Crosses empty space. Here comes Zay pinching up. Nice run. Zay Roberto across the red line. Shoots it on goal. An easy save. Pedroza. Two hops right to him on one knee. Pedroza throws the counterattack ball out. Skips off in front of the Sockers bench wall. Mercury Alley staying right there with his runner Arista. Now Susi chips it back, and Roberto feeds it up the middle of the park. Mercury Alley spun down on the shield. No call there as Barajas tracks it down near wall. To Childs. He's pulled down to the red line. A blue card. Blue card on Barajas as Childs sprung free. The question, last man in or not? If it's last man in, this could be a shootout for San Diego. The question is, was Childs behind the defense? The answer will be established whether or not Depina points to the red dot at the red line or not. Robledo deep into Kia Depina's grill right now. Kia was giving it right back, huffing and puffing. It is not a shootout. It's a blue card. 1:45 first quarter. This power play begins. Tripping on Barajas. At 1:45 first quarter. Childs out to Susi and the power play begins. This could count 15 seconds into the second quarter, or it's Luna to Childs. Half volley shot and a save by Pedroza. Comes back to Craig. Sharp angle. Pedroza finds it at the edge of his crease. And Turlock clears to the red line. Riley Swift collects for San Diego. Sockers on the power play this year, number one in the PASL, 26 of 50, 52%. Turlock, killing penalties, fifth best in the league. Only 11 allowed in 43 tries, a 74% kill percentage. It's Susi. His shot blocked in the middle of the crease, either by Farber or Angeles. 1 minute left in the period. Farber to Velez to Cheeky on right wing. Gets Susi in on left wing. Across the red line. Cuts it back to Cheeky. Top of the crease. Farber turns and shoots, and it was blocked. Blocked by Horta. Comes to the far corner. Velez plays it back out to Cheeky. 42 seconds left in the quarter. Time for late Sockers magic. It is Childs across to Luna. Cheeky looking for Eddie on the near far wall. Into the crease looking to feed Farber. Deflected by Robledo and kicked out to midfield. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. 45 seconds left in the power play for San Diego. Sockers lead 1-0. A tripping call on Turlock. It is Cheeky to Susi straight away. The captain, down low Childs, drags the ball out, right-footed shot, a save, Pedroza, great diving save to his left. And the ball cleared by Turlock to the red line. Under 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Susi looks up to see the clock. Crosses over to Cheeky. 4 seconds. Cheeky stutter steps. Down low. Velez shoots off the frame. And that's the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes complete. There will be 15 seconds left on the power play. When we come back for second quarter action, Craig Childs with the only goal of the quarter from Diego Rivera at 7:09. And the Sockers lead the Express 1-0. You're listening to the Sockers on SDSockers.com with pay-per-view video on America One Sports. The San Diego Sockers on America One and SDSockers.com. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A, proud sponsor of the Sockers and located just outside the Valley View Casino Center. Open till 10 o'clock. Come on by after the game for the original chicken sandwich or a hand-spun milkshake. And be one of the first 200 people through the doors November 23rd. Get a coupon for a free hand-spun peppermint milkshake. We're going to welcome Mayor Cohen into the broadcast in just a moment. Right now, between the boxes, in between quarters to Tim Stromble.
Hey, Craig, both teams really intense during the break. Coach Phil Salvaggio telling his soccer team mainly, if they give it to us, we'll take it. Those were his main words to the team, Craig.
Thank you very much, Tim. Right away, a defensive clear called on Turlock here. A sloppy clear out of the box, and San Diego is going to get a top-of-the-crease free kick. We welcome into the broadcast booth Mayor Cohen. He is our good friend and the owner of the Las Vegas Legends, who were victorious 10-8 over Toros de Mexico. Mayor, in just a moment after this free kick, want to get your thoughts on what was certainly a very close game for your side. First, here's Susie. Shoots and scores! Sockers captain Aaron Susie with a goal. A restart goal for San Diego. 12 seconds into the second quarter. Is that a power play goal? It is a power play goal. And the Sockers take a 2-0 lead. Well, Mayor, you came up just in time to see a nice goal.
Yeah, perfect timing. Thank you for having me here, Craig.
Absolutely. Your team able to defeat a very determined Toronto side 10-8 this afternoon. And, of course, we'll have leg 2 on America One tomorrow from Orleans Arena. For a team in your first season, it's got to be very exciting to see how well it's come together. Now, I believe 14 out of your last 15 victories.
No, absolutely. It's been a great season so far, but, playoff time, the record doesn't mean anything, and you saw it today,
Here's Wonderly trying to run on a ball. It's chipped down by Barajas. At the edge of the crease, Eric showing some good work rate. Paul Wright tracks down a turnover on left wing. Into Wonderly in the far corner. Chips a goal wall pass. Punch down. Who can run up on it? It's Polito to knock it out for San Diego. Opening minute of the second quarter, the Sockers do convert that tripping penalty power play, their 27th power play goal of the season. Outside his red line, here's a ball by Riley Swift. Childs chips it on the near wall, trying to feed his good friend Wonderly. That's USD and San Diego State working together. And now, as Horta went down, let's see, the foul looks like it was called on Turlock. A very physical game between your team and Toros as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Physical game. You know what? Mexico came to play. I got to give them a lot of credit. At the end of the day, we got the win, and that's the important thing in a playoff.
Childs bending shot off the head of Polito, hops on the top of the goal glass, and goes out of play. You've got some remarkable strikers, and Ricardinho, 4 goals, 2 assists today. Young Mr. Sobriera had quite a game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Rica stepped up in a big game and proved that he can score not only on regular games but also in a big playoff game. And him and Kicks, Tovar really step up today.
Susie to Childs, who just missed the far post wide left. Craig trying for his second of the night. The Sockers lead 2-0 early second quarter here on SDSockers.com and America One. It's Luna back to Riley Swift across the red line. Riley will fire a boom ball to the goal glass. In the far corner, it hops off the seam. Susie tries to track it down. Now Martin heads it back to Aaron, heads it out to Anthony Medina, who controls in the far wall, stumbles through an attempted tackle, and will play it back to Riley Swift as the clock runs down to 13:30 in the second quarter. Field is spread out well. Swift looking for Susie again. Kiko Gutierrez runs it down. Susie interfering. Gutierrez across the red line. His pass run up on and stolen by Eddie Velez. Close quarters now. Multiple players running around. It's Eddie to Luna. Tried to deflect it back to Medina. He does. He's got a quick 2v2. Anthony Medina coming forward on right wing. He shoots. A save, Pedroza. Javier Pedroza jumping out for a big save. Battle for possession on the near wall and a quick foul called on Turlock. And I believe that's their 5th team foul. One away from a 2-minute blue card. As you know, Mayor, these are opening playoff games. I think a lot of nervousness for both teams.
That's exactly right, and this is where the veterans player always, you rely on them, and you actually saw Susie, again,
Cheeky
stepping up.
Yep, it's Childs and Susie so far. That was Cheeky feeding middle of the crease, trying to get it to Childs or Susie. Tipped out by Turlock. Under 13 now in the first half. Velez to the far side to Scotty Martin. Moves middle of the park. Off of the goal wall it goes. Tracked down by Horta. Childs trying to flick it away from him there. A battle at the edge of the crease. Horta fouled by Childs. And Barajas stepping up to argue. Boy, when the passions run higher, Mayor, it's very understandable that, and we saw it, I think, in the early game as well, where each call, each whistle winds up being more hotly contested.
We all know indoor soccer is a game of momentum, and sometimes any lead is not secured. 2-3 goals doesn't mean a lot. So players know that they got to play with high intensity for the whole game. Every shift counts. So it's a 60-shift battle. It's not just you can't sit on a lead here.
Farber flicks one over. His red line is tracked down by Jesus Belmonte of the Express. He winds up rolling a shot right on goal. He was trying for Kachui to jump off it on the far wall. Swift grabs it, throws it out to Eddie Velez. Velez across midfield, stops the ball in front of his bench as the clock ticks down to 12:10. Forward to Farber, middle of the park. Velez tries to run over it. Belmonte takes away. Saldate to Jesus Belmonte on right wing. Fires a long ball into the near corner. Saldate tracks it down to the midboards. Back into the crease. Good pass. Kachui off the left post. And the ball pinballs around. Kachui scores! Ronel Kachui tracked down his own rebound. Put it into the side netting. And the Express on the board at 11:55. 2-1 San Diego. The assist to Jesus Belmonte. The goal to Kachui. The time of goal, 11:55.
Well, big goal again for Turlock. You don't want to be down 3-0 here. So 2-1, they're going to come up strong. And again, like you just said it, you can't sit on a lead here.
Yeah, here's Farber. Restart played forward. Farber chases it into the near corner, fighting with Gutierrez for possession. Bryant's got quicks on him. Plays it off the goal wall. Pedrosa sliding outside his crease. Knocks it back into that near corner. Out Roberto. Looking for Paul right on the left edge of the crease. Had to track it down on the midboards. If he could have put a head on that, he would have had an open goal mouth. Right, still fighting for possession. Taken away from him there. Turlock emerges from their red line with new spirit in their step. Down by just one. 2-1 San Diego. Childs and Susi for the Sockers. Kachui now for the Express. It's Eric Wonderly just outside his own bench wall. Has a little bit of room. He can come forward. Wonderly. The Sockers players were all screaming for Wundy to come forward. And now I'm trying to see what it is, Mayor, but the Sockers bench is furious. They think the officials missed something, but I'm not exactly sure what.
They thought it was a clearance, but it actually deflected of Ivan Campos.
Velez up high, and he rattles one of the seats in the west end of the Valley View Casino Center. And the clock is under 10:55. Good eyes. You spotted that deflection, huh? By the way, Mayor is wearing his legend scarf. Looks good.
Well, somebody he's always famous for having his soccer scarf here, so I had to bring my own legend scarf.
Yeah, we need to trade scarves at some point. I want to should get one from every team that makes one in the PASL. Campos long shot. Oh, just wide to the left. Susi, I should say Riley Swift, watched that one, wondering if he had to make a save or not. Campos tracks down the loose ball. He's on left point, tried to cut to his right foot. Comes out straight. His shot was blocked by Medina. Edge of the crease, bounces around. Martin heads it out, right back in to Barajas. Saldate in the near corner, taken away by Scotty Martin. But his attempted clear, chested by Jesse Horta straight away. Medina fighting with him for possession at the 10:20 mark. Back to Barajas. Barajas to Horta on left wing. Steps over the ball. Dispossessed by Roberto. Comes back to Horta into the crease. And Swift dives on it. Amazing in indoor soccer how you think you have possession and then all of a sudden a threat springs out of nowhere. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. 5 elapsed. 2-1. Sockers lead the Express. Martin to Roberto on the near wall. Back to Riley Swift. Sockers keeper plays it across the red line to Martin. Scotty chips it forward. Looking for Aaron Susi. Attacking zone midboards. Comes forward. Clears himself. Shoots it off the joint. Crossbar and left post. Comes out to Raimundo Reza. Ray spins to the left foot. Into the crease. Susi back to Ray. He shoots it wide. Oh, shot it wide to the right. Great give and go from Susi to Raimundo Reza. Now Campos on right wing. Wonderly battling with him for possession. Campos walled off Eric. Comes out right wing. Steps to the left foot. Spins around in the crease. Shoots and scores. My, oh my. The Express are level as Ivan Campos does a dance in front of the seventh man. What a brilliant spinning play to score at 9:21. We're tied 2-2. That was pretty. I don't care who you're rooting for.
Yeah, great goal by Ivan. I got to give him credit. From the outside, people think, hey, maybe a little bit overweight, but Ivan can score. I'll tell you this, an excellent move, and he finds the corner, and
I tell you, he spawned in a timeout called by Phil Salvaggio. Let's go down between the boxes. Let's check in with Tim Straubel, our sideline reporter.
Craig, I can tell you exactly what's going on right now. The Sockers saw that the Express had 6 players on the field for about almost 30 seconds. That's what they were yelling about, and they couldn't believe none of the officials saw it. So Phil is over right now arguing that very call that no one saw it. The entire Sockers bench saw it. That's what they were screaming about, but no call was made, so they had the extra player, Craig.
Thank you, Tim, for that clarification. Of course, that's why we put our man right between the benches to get the information that we can't get up here in the mezzanine in box one. So the Sockers, Mayor, not only saw too many men in the field, they saw almost an entire shift of an extra man on the field, and yet no whistle. And look what happens. And as often is the case, if your focus ever becomes distracted in any way, it seems like right then that's when the ball will spin away from you.
Yeah, well, it's still early in the game, so I'm sure the Sockers will find a way to, to settle down and, to take away the distraction away. It's still early, 2-2. Yes, maybe probably a mistake by the referees, but, overall, you can look for excuses when the other team scores a goal. So
right. Absolutely. I agree with that completely, Mayor. Now, I want to remind all the fans, and if you're tuning in, and particularly if you're tuning in the Las Vegas area, to contact the Orleans Arena for tickets tomorrow. 4 o'clock, the Legends and Toros will play leg 2 of the Southwest Division playoff. And if the Toros won, there would be a 30-minute mini game to follow. However, of course, you're hoping for controlling on your home field after taking the important first leg here in San Diego.
Absolutely. It's a big game for our organization, our first ever playoff game, and I hope that the city of Las Vegas will come and support. Personally, it's a big day for me as well, as my son is turning 9. So
that's exciting.
I want to say from here to my kids, I'm sure they're listening, Maya, Noah, Elad, and Ival, get your friends to the Orleans Arena tomorrow at 4, guys.
Check in quick. Tim, you got something for us? No, okay. We'll check back with Tim in just a minute. Restart now for San Diego. Tied 2-2 coming forward. It's Eddie Velez into the near corner. Attacking zone, Velez with man out. Look out, Rivera! And taking off the line. Now a goal! Childs! Craig Childs answers right back. Here's what happened, folks, if you're not watching online. Javier Pedroza came out to his near post and wound up sliding on the edge of the crease. The ball was spinning on the goal line behind him. Rivera tried to push it past him. Kicked off the line by a Turlock defender, but there was Childs to clean it up. His second goal of the game. It took the Sockers all of 13 seconds to answer back and take the lead.
Well, again, Phil calling the right timeout, 2-2. I'm sure he told the guys, let's take control as quick as possible, and they just did it. So now again, Turlock need to chase.
They'll say no assist. We're going to give an assist to Rovira on that play, and I think rightfully so. And Diego gets his second assist of the game. 3-2 San Diego. Brian Farber plays it back to Riley Swift. Kicks it from the edge of his crease at midfield, chested by Craig Childs. Velez to right as Craig turns up the field. Martin back to Eddie. By the way, there was a bench misconduct called on Phil Salvaggio during that official's timeout. Raimundo Reza is serving the 5-minute penalty in the Sockers box right now. Martin comes forward to right. Back heel, shoots it wide to the right. Comes off of the glass, and Martin tracks it down into the near corner for San Diego. Scotty flicks it all the way back out of the red line. Tracked down by Aaron Susi. From far to near wall to Eddie Velez. Steps over on right wing. At the midboards, gets pushed away from the ball and dispossessed by Turlock's Angeles, I should say. Pardon me, Hector Angeles. And now a foul on Eddie as Angeles is spun down. The Sockers on America One, brought to you by Chili's. Don't forget to stop by Chili's. 2 for $20 special. An appetizer, 2 entrees, just $20. I'm hungry. Maybe me and Mary will go and enjoy some Chili's 2 for 1 after the game.
Yeah, Chili's always a great place to be. So, I'll take it.
Here's Mercury Alley. He's heading one into the edge of his crease. Riley runs out and throws a counterattack ball forward. It goes over the head of Medina, and he accepts it on the near mid-wall. Here he comes out. He shoots and scores! Gives Swift the assist! Sockers lead it 4-2. What a beautiful ball from Riley. Medina tracked it down and put it home. I tell you, Mayor, that's one thing where the Sockers have the edge on every other team in the PASL. That is the 7th point for their goalkeepers this year.
Absolutely. Riley with the goal and 2 assists. Now he's getting his 3rd assist for the season. They're just understanding the game a little bit better than the other players. And, they just caught Turlock not ready, and, a great throw. Feed Medina, and, Medina smartly went for the near corner. And, got to give the credit to Riley, absolutely.
And you could see that he was reading the play as Mercury Alley was passing it back, because he danced to his left as he accepted the ball. So many goalies, first they'll secure the ball, then they'll look around and go, where do you want it, where do you want it? But Riley's keeping his eyes up even before the ball comes to him to know where he needs to throw. And just an absolutely perfect assist right there. One of the best throws you could see from a keeper. And an official's timeout now here at the Valley View Casino Center. We're midway through the second quarter, and the Sockers are back up by 2, 4-2 San Diego. This is a Turlock timeout, not an official's timeout. Thanks for the clarification, Nick. And the restart for Turlock. As we get the tweet out, got to keep the social media humming. At the red line, it is Horta. Polito now coming in on left point with Wonderly in between him and goal. Polito steps to the right foot, top of the crease, 2 touches, turns and shoots, and Wonderly blocked the shot. Farber forward to Childs. Craig taken down from behind. No foul, and appropriately so, winning the ball, Jose Barajas. Well done by Barajas for Turlock. He aims a long one into the San Diego zone. Flicked by Roberto along the bench wall. Fight for possession there. Horta taken away by Wonderly. Clock ticking down to 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Sockers lead the Express 4-2. Here's Riley Swift. Back behind him to Zay Roberto, and Riley will retreat to goal. Actually, he'll make himself available as a passing option on left wing. Swift looking for another point. Bends one forward. Off the side wall into the far corner wall where Childs is lurking. Cheeky knocks one down to the midboards, punted out of there by the Express. On one hop, it's going to go into the seventh man cheering section.
Speaking of the seventh man, you know what? Great crowd here at the Valley View Casino. This is excellent to see so many people, especially a lot of families here cheering. And
oh, look at this! Oh, Susi trying to get a second assist for Swift. He almost put a header on goal there, wide to the left. That's where a play can spring out of nowhere. Here's Swift now, across the red line. 6:15 to go in the second quarter. 4-2 San Diego leading Turlock. It's the opening round of the PASL Pacific Division playoff. Here is Velez, long ball, knocked down. Wright's got it offensive midfield straight away to the left wing, Mercury Alley. Mike shoots! Oh, trying for the flick. Now Susi, out to Merck. Knocks it down top of the crease. Back to Aaron. With the right foot to the left and over his head. Back to Cheeky Luna at midfield. Oh, Paul Wright tried to put a boot on Mercury Alley's shot into the crease. That ball headed in the defensive zone by Velez to Swift. Riley strong arms a fastball to midfield. Knocked down by Paul Wright. Comes to the near wall. A fight for possession there. Gutierrez forward. Kachui. Goal wall pass. Nobody there but Velez for San Diego. Then a deflection. Horta. And Mercury Alley kicks it out of the San Diego zone. All the way down the field where it's grabbed in the crease by Javier Pedroza. 5.5 to go second quarter. Sockers lead at 4-2. It's Robledo. Deflected midfield. Wright and Susi on this ball. Paul Wright. Here he comes in on right wing. P3. He shoots and it's saved by Pedroza. Pedroza stopped a rising shot. Rolls it forward to Robledo. Dispossessed Velez. Eddie the steal. Paul Wright feeds him on right wing, and it comes to the near wall. A double team greets Eduardo there. The Tijuana Star back to Cheeky Luna, and he'll roll it back to his keeper, Riley Swift. 5 to go in the second quarter. And it's Scotty Martin surveying. Long ball forward, looking for Childs. Craig knocks it down. On the left wing midboards. Plays it to the middle of the crease, nobody there. Taken out by Barajas. Robledo, his pass deflected by Scotty Martin. Robledo trying to come over the back of Anthony Medina. Doesn't work too often. Medina gets shouldered. There's a foul, easy to call, as Medina's right shoulder was pulled, and that is the 6th team foul on the Express. Now, did they call a straight blue or a 6-team foul? We're going to wait on the official call. The Sockers are going on the power play at 4:39 of the second quarter. We know that for sure. A key decision whether it's 6 fouls or not, because the Express are on 5-team fouls right now. And we'll wait for that call. Medina was pulled from behind on that right shoulder. You could see it.
Yeah, it can go either way. He had definitely had 2 steps ahead of the Turlock defender, and looks like it's a straight blue card.
Joe, hey, there's a tripping call. All right, here's Cheeky, shoots, and a knockdown save by Pedroza with his left hand. That was almost an immediate goal. So it is officially a tripping call, which means that the Sockers still have 5 team fouls to work with as well. It's Cheeky Luna to Aaron Susi. Susi across the red line. His shot deflected, comes off of the near post. Tracked down by Kiko Gutierrez, shorthanded for Turlock. Rolls into the near wall, nobody there but San Diego attackers. 30 seconds taken off of the power play. Sockers 1 for 1 on the man advantage so far, leading it 4-2. Aaron Susi to Cheeky Luna. Cheeky back to Seuss. The Doc across the red line. Down low Childs. His shot blocked by a sliding Belmonte. And Childs regroups. Back to Aaron Susi. Susi to Cheeky on right wing. One touch pass right back to the Sockers captain. Left-footed shot. Save Pedroza. And Childs walled off from tracking down that rebound by Gutierrez, who clears it out to Susi. A minute elapsed in the power play. 3:30 on the second quarter game clock. Susi to Childs. Childs tried to feed Medina in the middle of the crease. Pass was deflected. Coming out shorthanded, Adrian Gutierrez. Gutierrez tried to feed Arista for a run. Knocked down by Eddie Velez. Can the Sockers regroup here? 40 seconds in the power play. It's Susi. On left wing. Down low to the midboards. Craig Childs. Back out high, Susi. Shoots! Off the right post! And deflected around, and Medina couldn't get a boot on it. Belmonte clears it out. Jumping up off the bench, Rivera, as Aaron had to take a break. It is Childs now. 3 minutes to go, 20 seconds in the power play. Cheeky Luna, 2 touches right foot. His shot blocked high up in the air. Bumped down. Pedroza went behind him, and now a defensive clear on Turlock. Anthony Medina, such a physical force down there, and he disrupted Pedroza right there, who tried to go up and jump and catch the ball.
Yeah, Turlock definitely working really hard on this power play. They actually have the long bench, so it is a long shift for them. So I do expect the Sockers, even if they don't score in the next 12 seconds, to take advantage and find a way to score another goal within the next minute.
Here comes the free kick with a man short. Cheeky kicked it into the wall. That was undoubtedly not the play San Diego wanted. Just a straight chip into the wall when you had a man advantage. 10 seconds left. Now just 2 seconds left in the power play. Pardon me. Back to full and even strength. Robledo is out of the box. The Sockers are 1 for 2 on the power play. Sidewall pass, Cheeky Luna to the midboards. Near corner. Gets double teamed. Rolls it down there. Point blank Medina. He tracks it down. 2 men on his hip. Anthony back out to the midboards and still possesses. Who does it better than Medina? Just holding the ball. It's Velez. Into the far corner, off the glass. Childs tracks it down. On left point, it's Rivera. 2:15 to go. Farber had it taken away between his legs by Belmonte. Here is a counterattack opportunity. Martin Arista, and there comes Flash. Right back on the ball. Brian Farber, who's faster? It is Roberto from the edge of his own crease as the Express back off. 2 minutes to go before halftime. Sockers lead at 4-2. Roberto to Rivera. Across midfield. To offensive midfield. On right wing. Stepping over with 2 assists. Rolls it on left wing, and tracking that pass very well was Barajas, denying Roberto. Zay fights for possession, continues to battle, gets off a knee, and flicks it into the far corner, where Farber fights with Horta. Jesse Horta steps on the ball on the goal wall, flicks it to Barajas, who kicks it high up in the air at the red line, headed by Rivera. Kiko knocks it down. At midfield, Wonderly jumps up as Horta was trying to cherry pick. Then look out as Wonderly goes down. Robledo wins it. It's Horta to Robledo. Open space, Gutierrez on left wing with a runner in the crease. Shot wide to the left. Oh, Horta was crashing in. Gutierrez did not get the pass to him. He shot and it was wide left. Defensive midfield. Rivera taken down but feeds it to Childs. Childs bends one to the far wall. Brian Farber runs on it in the corner. Back out trying to give it to Wonderly. Knocked down. Farber heads it. Wondy off the goal glass. He gets hit hard. Wonderly gets his head put into the boards. And it's going to be a free kick for San Diego there. Wondy still down on his back with Belmonte crouched over him.
Well, unfortunately for Turlock, it's their 6th foul, so they're going to go down again, a man. And, I got to give them credit. They killed the power play before, and now they have 59 more seconds. And, it's if they can kill the next 59 seconds, they can go down to halftime with some type of a moral victory here. So that will be interesting.
Yeah, and Mayor, that is a terrific opponent's perspective, because obviously from the soccer standpoint, they're thinking soccer's magic, late minute goal, but from the Express standpoint as an underdog, boy, the emotional lift they could get from killing 2 straight soccer's penalties on the road late in the game. But this will begin with a a close quarters corner kick right off the goal wall. Campos serves the penalty. Aaron steps over the ball. They're going to call timeout. Timeout called last time out of the first half for Phil Salvaggio and the Sockers to plot this free kick. Of course, you can only set up a two-man wall a man short, so a golden chance to just score right off the restart.
And Phil knows it. He understands that, going down at halftime up by 3, it's going to be a little bit too deep of a hole for Turlock to may overcome. So he understands that the next 59 seconds are very important mentally. And again, Turlock, so far, they keep hanging in there, but I don't know. The next 59 seconds will be interesting to see.
With locations in Poway and Santee, Sportsplex USA is San Diego's premier indoor soccer facility. Visit sportsplexusa.com today. Sportsplex USA is your place to play. UC San Diego Sports Medicine, we help you maintain peak performance all year long. We know your body's your MVP at UCSD Sports Medicine. All right, so this power play starts at 59 seconds. It could cross over a minute 1 into the third quarter, or the Sockers could score right away and get a 5-2 lead. Luna out to Susi. Cheeky, Aaron across to Velez, and the power play begins. They did not score on the restart. Giles to Susi and back to Craig. Turns a little bit of space for the right foot. A shot and a one-handed diving save. Pedroza, oh my! Pedroza diving a right-handed swat to deny Giles a first-half hat trick. 40 seconds in the quarter. It's Cheeky on right wing. Turns, shot it wide to the left. Childs tracks it down to Aaron. One-touch passing to Cheeky on right wing again. Luna tips it down low, Velez. Velez out of the near corner, back to Luna with under 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's Susi, long shot to the back post, deflected by a Turlock defender. Comes down to the red line to Cheeky. Cheeky bends one eye off the frame. Knocked down by Childs, and back to Aaron. 15 seconds to go before halftime. Can they get a late goal? It's Cheeky. Down low, Velez. Puts it into the crease, past Farber to Susi, miskicks it. All the way up into the upper deck. Looks like with a goal throw here, the Express can at least kill the first half of this power play, chop it in half.
Yeah, Coach Art Polito can be very proud of this first half, and I'm sure he's going to tell the boys, hey, we were down by 2, we made a comeback, and we tied the game. We can maybe do it again. So, it is a moral victory for Turlock, being down halftime just by 2. That's during the game, definitely.
Velez has just been called for a foul in front of the 7th man on the near wall. It was just a team foul, but whoever is down for Turlock stayed down. Barajas. There's 3.3 left. That's going to be the 5th team foul, I believe, on San Diego. Now, they haven't put it up yet. They might have just said the ball went over the wall. They did. It's just a quick free kick with 3 seconds left. It comes to the goal wall of San Diego as the horn sounds to end the second quarter. 30 minutes elapsed. 30 minutes remaining. In the second quarter, the Sockers outscored the Express 3-2. Turlock was arguing for a handball in the last seconds. And we'll see if they tack on a 5th foul to San Diego. But at the half, it is 4-2 Sockers. Want to say thanks to Vegas owner Mayor Cohen. I know you got a Southwest flight heading out, and we'll see you in Sin City at the Orleans Arena tomorrow, and we thank you again in advance for being a gracious host tomorrow when the Sockers and Express will meet in Leg 2.
Craig, always a pleasure to have you guys coming to Vegas. Again, the Vegas guys, we need you to support our first ever playoff game, so looking forward to see everybody at the Orleans Arena 4 o'clock tomorrow, and looking for the first ever home playoff game for the Legends.
Should be a lot of fun. Now, what's happened here is Kia Depina has ruled, in fact, that there will be a free kick for Turlock with 1 second left from the near corner. Just about a foot away from the corner kick dot. But there's only 1.0 seconds on the clock. What can they do with it? Gutierrez put it into the crease as the horn sounds. Kachui almost got a foot on it. Oh, my. A scary end to the second quarter for San Diego, but it is an end to that quarter. And the Sockers lead the Express 4-2. We're going to check in momentarily for our halftime interview with Phil Salvaggio down on the field. Phil is getting one last word in with Kelly Mock in the officials box before he does. And momentarily we're going to check in with Tim down on the field. A lot of heated emotion there in terms of the officials' calls in the last 5 minutes of that second quarter. But believe me, with the playoff pressure and intensity, that's what you're going to get. Phil continues his discussion with the officials. Mayor, thanks so much, buddy.
Thank you again, Craig.
See you in Sin City tomorrow. By the way, Soccer's midfielder and another good friend of the team, Chad Haggerty, will be checking us out for second half color commentary, and we look forward to that. Right now, as you know, that's it, huh? Phil is still arguing with the ref. We're waiting to see. Kia is asking for this argument to be concluded. No interview. No interview because Phil is walking into the officials' room, I think. He's following the three officials right on out of the southeast corner of the Valley View Casino Center. All right, we are at halftime. The Sockers lead the Express 4-2. Here on our online broadcast on SDSockers.com, we're going to stop down, and you'll see the first half file available for you to go back and listen to. On America One, video will continue through halftime, and we'll be back with the third quarter from San Diego. Sockers leading the Express 4-2 on SDSockers.com and America One Sports. We welcome you back inside the Valley View Casino Center. Second half action about to get underway with the San Diego Sockers leading the Turlock Express 4-2. This is leg one of the PASL Pacific Division Playoff for 2012-13. Craig Elston back with you from Box 1. Tim Stromble is our Between the Benches sideline reporter, and I'm joined now up here in our Box 1 location by Sockers midfielder Chad Haggerty. A terrific season in his second year with the Sockers. Managed to be selected this year 7 different times and came up with 8 points, 5 goals, 3 assists. Chad joining us here for some second half talk. And Chad, first things first, welcome. And I know you were down in the locker room with the Sockers. What was the message from Phil to the team?
Phil just told everyone that, this is a good game. It's a well-fought game by both teams, and we just need to come out, continue to play our game. We feel like we're controlling the pace and the tempo of the game. And if we do that, we're gonna come out with a W for the first leg. So, really, we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
The Sockers will have a minute 1 remaining on a 6 fouls power play. First 59 seconds killed by Turlock. Mayor Cohen, the Legends owner, was our guest in the second quarter, Chad, and he gives you that opponent's perspective that maybe we're so ingrained in the Sockers way of thinking. But I thought he made a good point that if you think about it from the underdog's perspective, to have killed a power play and then killed the first minute of a second power play in the second quarter, the Express probably went into the locker room feeling pretty good about themselves.
Yeah, most likely. The Express so far this game, they've been a very momentum-based team. They scored 2 goals real quick on us. They were able to fight back from a 2-goal deficit. So we just need to keep them from regaining that momentum, and when they do, we need to battle and weather that storm.
Now the restart for the third quarter, and immediately Farber is tripped from behind. The Express got to crouch on the third quarter restart. There was a dispossession for San Diego, and then Farber tripped from behind. That is the first team foul as the Express foul count resets. But the Sockers will free kick now from just behind their red line. 55 seconds left in their power play. 6 seconds into the third quarter here, leading 4-2. It's Velez. And he's just going to roll it to the left to Aaron Susi and get it right back. Sockers on the power play. They're 1 for 2 so far tonight. Already halfway done with this one. Velez's pass down to the mid-boards was deflected, but Cheeky Luna ran back on it. Crossed it to Susi. Farber looking down low, so is Childs. Passes it to Farber, shot wide. Rebound goal! Ryan Farber, power play goal from Susi. It's 5-2 San Diego. Ryan Farber's work rate unmatched.
That was a great goal. The first goal of the second half, 5-2 is a big difference between 4-3. So we wanted to come out and get that first goal, and that's what we did. So let's just continue to work.
Susi gets the helper. His second point of the night. 5-2 on Farber's power play goal. 27th of the year, first of the playoffs. And the Sockers now 2 for 3 on the power play. The restart played forward. Look out, Arista pressuring Riley Swift. Went crashing into the goal. Riley played it to his left to Farber. Farber through the crease to Zay Roberto. He bends a long ball to offensive midfield. So the Sockers have had the reverse, as I get an interesting stat from Nick Pellegrino. Ball hops over the goal glass out of play. Normally we've talked about Sockers' magic, Chad, and the fact that the Sockers have scored 31 goals in the final 2 minutes of quarters this year, including 19 in the final minute of quarters. But tonight it's scoring early. That's the difference. 12 seconds into the second quarter, Susie. Now just 21 seconds into the third quarter, Farber.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Oh, look out. High shot coming out of a takeaway on the far wall. Saldate hit it off frame. Campos has the ball lost behind him. Rivera, Paul Wright passes it to Diego on the near wall. Rivera to Childs, who tries to cross the ball to Cheeky. Forward to Diego, beautiful shot, he scores! Go, Diego, go! Rivera from Cheeky. Oh, what a great feed, a through ball to Diego. 6-2 San Diego. Absolute brilliance on that passing connection.
That was an unbelievable pass by Cheeky.
Diego with the finish. And Rivera with a big game going. 2 assists and now a goal. And he fires the autographed ball into the stands. 13:55 that time, a goal, and 2 quick in 44 seconds to start the third quarter. Sockers lead it 6-2. Wow, that gives you a little bit of breathing room. Here's a long ball into the attacking zone of Turlock. Velez fighting with 2 players for possession. Pops out Kachui. Look out behind him. Farber takes it off the line. And a foul called on San Diego. A handball. A handball called on the Sockers. That is the 6th team foul on San Diego. And that means Turlock will get a power play right now at 13:36 of the third quarter. Well, right when you feel like a game is about to kind of settle into your pocket here, Chad. A power play for Turlock to try and get one back.
Yeah, but, we've been really strong in the power plays. I think Farber had 2 shorties last week, so, sometimes our power plays are one of our best options on the attack. So we'll see what we can pull off here.
Well, it's going to start with a top-of-the-box free kick. And Campos rolls it on left wing. Kachui! He scores just like that. Ronel Kachui! Power play goal. Off the restart from Campos. 6-3.
It was a good restart play by Turlock, so got to give him credit for it.
The power play goal for Kachui, his 2nd of the game. The assist to Campos. He's got a goal and an assist tonight. 13:34. Just 21 seconds after the Sockers had established a 4-goal lead. It's back down to 3. Now the restart. Rivera heads it at his red line. Susie tracks it down on the offensive wall near midboards. Down low. Diego, point-blank shot kicked by Pedroza into the corner. Susie tracks it down for the Sockers. Fighting for possession. He's called for a foul with Angeles underneath him. And a free kick coming for Turlock from out of their zone. It's to Pedroza. Pedroza across the red line. Long ball. He's shooting on goal. A save by Swift. Hey, don't laugh. Swift scored on a shot just like that against the Dallas Sidekicks, and what an important goal it was in a 1-goal win.
He must have watched the video.
He said, I can do that. Swift said, no thanks, because I'm going to save the ball. Played forward on the near wall. It's Horta turning in his defensive zone right in front of the 7th man. The 7th men were in his ear. Now a pass to the far wall. The Express bringing it forward with the coach's son, Art Polito. At midfield, taking away Mercury Alley. Craig Childs with a couple of goals will play it behind him to Anthony Medina, and the Sockers will set up offensively. 12:30 to go, third quarter. Sockers 6, Express 3. Leg 1 of the playoffs with leg 2 tomorrow in Las Vegas at the Orleans Arena. Swift, long ball into the near corner. Childs chests it down. He's got it. Staggers to a knee. Now a grappling match ensues. The ball hops into the crease, and Pedroza will grab it for Turlock. He throws a long ball forward that the Sockers will easily track down. Medina heads it to Swift in his crease, who rolls it right back to M5. First 3 minutes off the clock here in the third quarter. Medina's long ball deflected by Campos at midfield, taken away by Cheeky Luna. Mercury Alley down to Riley Swift. And Riley to the far wall to Eddie Velez. Eddie turns, lets the ball do the work, gets behind Saldate. Here he comes across the red line. He shoots. He scores! El Vaquero rides again! Eddie Velez tripping on the low wall, dancing on the low wall. Sockers lead at 7-3. Oh my, the Tijuana Star, what a strike!
That was a pill of a goal by Eddie. A great turn at half field. Ran by his man and took a shot and hit it into the left upper 90. So what a pill.
That goal at 11:48. And the Sockers giving their fans a lot to cheer about here. Chad, as a player on the team, what does it mean to you to see how San Diego has been rallying around this team, and even on a game like this with very short notice for the fans to buy their tickets, a good crowd here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, this is a special experience for me. Coming from Louisville, we maybe had a third of the fans that you all have out here, or that we have out here. It's hard for me to imagine being a part of this still, but it's awesome. The fans are great. I think they like to have a winning team in San Diego, and so they like rallying around us.
Roberto puts it into the far corner where Eric Wonderly knocks it down. Eric turning mid-range, comes out to the top of the crease. He's still got it. Rolls it on left wing to Martin. Crosses, header, Farber! Goal! Farber heads it home! Scotty the assist! 8-3 San Diego!
Another great ball by a Sockers player. Scotty Martin just laid that up there perfect for Farber, and all he had to do was put it in the goal. Great ball. We've come out streaking this second half. So, Turlock's not going to give up, but if we keep doing this, it's not even going to be close by the end of the game. So let's keep it up, boys.
A 4-1 quarter for San Diego. Farber's got his second of the night, and what a pretty feed by Scotty Martin. The quality of the passing in this third quarter, as Chad Haggerty just said, Sockers coming out smoking. Off the restart, Zé Roberto heads in, attacking pass over the low wall near side. The Express will play it back. Oh, Swift gets an assist on Eddie's goal, and that's Riley's second assist of the game. Riley Swift having himself a game right now. 2 helpers, his 4th and 5th points of the year.
It's a career night for Riley.
Paul Wright spinning around at his defensive red line. Horta fighting for possession. Rivera comes back to take it away for San Diego. And Diego skirts one along the near wall, and Aaron Susi has it with Wright, trying to feed the ball to Wright, who was hopping up, so Belmonte was able to step up on it. Now Diego offensive midfield, 2 touches forward, taken away at the edge of the crease. Reza runs in. Raimundo to Paul. P3 steps it back. Diego! Shot blocked. Jesse Horta blocked that shot. Now Reza! Oh, he tried for the bicycle kick and the goal of the year. Kicked it high over the glass. That would have made SportsCenter maybe. That would have been a heck of a play. 5 goals in 3:26. 4 goals in 3:26, right, for San Diego? Oh, 5 overall. 4 for us, 1 for them. It's Medina. Nick Pellegrino always doing a great job giving us the stats that we'd never be able to find otherwise. Robledo at midfield. Saldate behind him to Barajas. It's Belmonte in front of the Express bench. One of the rare moments of continued possession for Turlock in this game. Pedroza long ball forward. He tries to feed Campos. There's Mercury Alley. Campos springs free. A save by Swift. And Raimundo tracks it down. Defensive clear San Diego. Raimundo cleared it out of his zone over the low wall. Top of the box free kick coming for Turlock. Ron Newman's son, Guy Newman, in the house tonight. Zoltan Toth, some Sockers legends, checking out the playoffs. Top of the box free kick for Campos, who has a goal tonight. Campos fakes. Rolls, right wing, Saldate. It was blocked, comes back off the left post and in. Velez knocked it into his own net. 8-4. They'll give Saldate that goal, but the Sockers have to be frustrated there, Chad.
Yeah, we've come out playing really well, and to let in a soft goal like that, a little deflating, but I think the boys are going to be able to be all right, be able to pick it back up again.
9:35, the time of that goal. To make it 8-4, give Samuel Saldate the unassisted goal, but it went off of Velez. The restart. Look out. Barajas hit from behind. Velez, a blue card. And as Eddie went to reach out the hand in sportsmanship, Barajas tried to take a swing at him from the deck. Velez will go to the sin bin. The Turlock Express will get a power play at 9:28, down 8-4.
Just one.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's the blue on Eddie. I think no matching blue. Yep, Velez into the sin bin. Turlock to the power play.
This is one of those moments where we got to weather a little Turlock momentum, so hopefully we can stop this power play.
Campos begins it. Roll on left wing. Shot wide to left. Tracked down by Barajas in the corner. Barajas turns into the crease. Shot deflected by Farber and Rovira. Comes out to the far wall. Kiko Gutierrez to Ivan Campos straight away. A straight foul on Eddie Velez. 2 minutes for holding. It's Gutierrez. Back to Campos. The power play began at 9:28. It'll count down either to 7:28 or an express fifth goal. Gutierrez. Left wing. Kachui with 2 goals tonight. Comes into the far corner. Roberto stays with him. Renil, the taller player. Out to Kiko. To the far post. Spinning for a bicycle try. Barajas. He is called for a foul. As Scotty Martin absorbed that kick, Barajas doesn't understand why the foul's on him. It'll be a free kick for San Diego from the edge of their crease. But instead it'll go to Riley for a goal throw. Minute 24 left in the Turlock penalty. Now, Chad Haggerty mentioned it earlier. The Sockers lead the PASL with 8 shorthanded goals. It's a new PASL regular season record. Farber set a record individually with 5 shorthanded goals this season. Bryant's out there on the no-goal patrol along with Martin, Rovira, and Roberto. Velez normally part of this penalty kill, but he's in the sin bin. Gutierrez tried to feed back post to Barajas. Deflected by Martin. A goal-saving deflection. Shot on goal save. Rebound Kachui. Point blank. Saved again by Swift. 2 big saves by Riley. Under a minute to go in the power play. 8:15 on the clock. Third quarter. Sockers lead at 8-4. It's Gutierrez. Down into the far corner. Kachui rolls it out top of the crease. Campos scores! Ivan Campos power play goal from Kachui. That man's got a rocket. 8-5.
Turlock's doing a good job. They're not giving up. They've battled back into this game. It's only a 3-goal game now, so we just need to pick our stuff back up again and can't get complacent. Team's not going to give up. It's the playoffs.
Turlock is 2 for 2 on the power play. And not having Eddie on that penalty kill may have hurt him. San Diego had scored 2 in a row. They've conceded 2 straight. It's 8-5. Time of that goal, 8:09. Campos his second from Kachui. Riley Swift across his red line. Bends a long ball forward, looking for the MVP. Childs knocks it down with his chest. They call a handball on Craig there. And that's the second team foul on San Diego. Two apiece now on the team foul count. Childs blocks the free kick. They called another handball. Childs gets back-to-back handballs. And a third team foul. Try again. Blue card. What happened? A blue card was just shown to the San Diego bench. Or, I take it back, maybe it was a yellow. A yellow card has been shown to the Sockers bench. Phil Salvaggio has just been given his second bench minor tonight. And as we learned in the Dallas game, Chad, a third yellow equals a blue. So the Sockers have no more dissent left.
No, that could be a big moment in this game. So we need to really keep our composure, keep our heads here.
Right now, in front of the officials' box, Luna, Mercury Alley, Eduardo, and Wundy all talking. Velez and Kia jawing back and forth. Not heated, but a strident conversation. Let's check in with Tim Strobel between the benches.
Craig, perhaps you can clear this up for us. We're all confused, and even the Sockers, I think, are confused as to why someone is serving a 5-minute penalty. It's even strength, but no one knows why someone's going into the box for this penalty. Everyone's confused on the Sockers side.
So It seems like it was a bench misconduct on San Diego, but we'll see. Saldate, look out, good back heel, and a great save by Swift, denying Martin Arista with two hands leaping. And at 7:40, we reach the officials' timeout. Seems, Chad, like this is a good time for the Sockers to regroup.
It really is. We started off this quarter really fast, playing well. And I guess we just let down a little bit, so hopefully we can regroup here at this official timeout and come back out and start playing the way we started the half.
Quick timeout to set up social media. Sockers lead at 8-5 mid-third quarter. The San Diego Sockers on SDSockers.com and America One, brought to you by Bumblebee Foods, headquartered right here in San Diego, powered by Omega-3. Bumblebee Tuna is heart healthy, rich in protein, low in fat. Above all, it's delicious. Visit Bumblebee.com today. Fuel your team with Bumblebee. Chad, I did a 3-hour talk show on 1090 this morning, 9 to 12. Drove from there to the Kogan Family Aquatic Complex in La Jolla. Did a television CIF San Diego section girls water polo championship game. Drove from there to here. Called the second half of the Toros and Legends, and now this game. Jeez. I'm tired and I need some drinks. Here's a pass out. Shot and a goal! Goal Turlock off the free kick. It is 8-6 right out of the officials' timeout. So much for regrouping, as Arturo Pulido has made it a 2-goal game. The Express have won 3 in a row, or have scored 3 in a row.
Told you at the beginning of the half, this team plays a lot of momentum, so we just have to weather this storm. We got to battle. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen, so we need to just keep playing.
Can't expect them to go away. 8-3 has become 8-6, and very quickly. Paul Wright hit at midfield, and Paul is called for the foul. 4th team foul on San Diego. We'll get an update from Tim Strombel in just a moment. Look out, here's Reza, he shoots a save, Pedroza! Susi knocked a ball to Ray on left wing. Reza got a quick shot off, and a big save, Pedroza, who's made a few of them tonight for Turlock. A quick restart with 7:18 to go in the third quarter. There's a handball on Pulido, and that's the 5th team foul on the Turlock Express. Zay, free kicks from defensive midfield. Susi knocks it into the crease. Running on Rivera. He shot it up high. Let's check in with Tim between the boxes.
Hey, thanks, Craig. Paul Wright actually drew that last foul, but I've been keeping an eye on the fitness of both teams, and I can tell you guys are exactly right up there when you say Turlock's not going away. They look really fit. No one's coming over here sucking water or hands down on their knees or anything like that. They look just as fit as the Sockers, so it's going to be strong going forward, Craig.
8-6, San Diego leads. 7:10 to play in the third quarter. Leg 1 of the Pacific Division playoffs with Game 2 and a possible mini Game 3 tomorrow. The Sockers got to get this first leg home win before they head to Orleans Arena. It's Paul Wright, defensive midfield along the near wall to Susi. Aaron steps over the ball and brings it back into his own zone. Roberto crosses from near to far to Scotty Martin, who's got an assist. Tapped it between the legs of a defender. Farber tried a one-touch to Childs in the near wall, taken away. And now Zay steps up on a loose ball. Can San Diego come forward? Roberto feeds Farber with space. On right wing, Brian Farber, 2 goals tonight. Here he comes, down into the mid-wing. Shot blocked by Pedroza. Bicycled out of there by Turlock. Offensive midfield, Martin knocks it down for San Diego. Back to Zay Roberto with under 6.5 to play in the third. Sockers 8, Express 6. Farber into the crease. Childs out right. Shot blocked by Saldate into the far corner. It spins backwards. Goal wall. Pedroza hops it up to himself and grabs it. Javier Pedroza strong arms the ball down the middle of the park. Roberto with a quick refeed forward. Childs to Farber. Bryant coming in, 2 men in front of him. Bryant comes down to the midboards, turns around. Childs lurks in the crease, rolls it out to the right foot, spins around to the left. He is hilarious running around in circles, and the ball is taken away by Angeles. Here comes Angeles forward. Paul Wright interferes. Angeles comes back straight away, gets past Velez, shoots a save, and then the ball headed in. With Horta lurking in the crease, Scotty Martin is able to knock it out of there. Dangerous run, but first Farber was going crazy. Look out. Here's a ball deflected. Jesse Horta steals. Horta coming in on goal. Shot blocked high into the goal glass, and there's Riley Swift to take it away. Momentary lack of focus. A long ball by Swift. Coming forward. Childs tried to drag it through Arista. Arista takes away inside his red line. His pass forward headed by Velez. Kicked forward to San Diego's zone, and Riley will grab it. 5:10 to go in the third. San Diego leading Turlock 8-6. 2 4-goal leads in this quarter for San Diego, but in fact a 5-goal lead at 8-3, and it's been cut down to 8-6. Here's Susi, heads it, he scores! Did Riley put that one? He did! A 3-assist game for Riley Swift! As Susi heads it in, it's 9-6. He almost got one like that in the first half, too.
Yeah. It's a veteran move right there. The keeper had no idea that was coming.
4:57, time of that key goal to end the 3-goal run for Turlock. Three assists for Riley Swift. An incredible scoring display. He actually matched his season total for points in one game of the playoffs. 3 assists. That time of goal, 4:57 for the Doc's second of the night and his 3rd point. At midfield, Belmonte trips on the ball. Medina takes it away. San Diego comes forward 2v3. Farber had to bend off for a line change. So Anthony protects on the near wall. He'll walk it back across his red line and possess. Passing it back to Diego Rivera. What makes Anthony Medina, Chad, so tough on the ball? It seems like when he's got it on his toes, he just can't have it taken away.
He's got great composure on the ball, and he's a big body. He's always in between you and the ball, so it just makes it tough to get, any sort of opportunities to try to take it from him.
Reza back to the Sockers bench. Riley Swift coming up, the assist man. The dime doctor, Riley Swift, taking the title away from Susi tonight. 3 assists for a goalkeeper. Ridiculous total. Zay Roberto back to Riles with 3:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Sockers lead at 9-6. Swift to Childs. That ball gets through. Craig, can he put it in on goal? He shoots it off the crossbar, trying for a 4th. A foul down there in the corner on Saldate. That's the 5th foul on the Turlock Express. 1 away from a blue card for San Diego. Good free kick coming here for the Sockers just behind the far corner dot. And San Diego brings their snipers out onto the pitch. Cheeky will distribute with Susi and Childs, Medina and Velez out there. The whistle sounds. Cheeky lofts one on left wing to Velez. He'll knock it down in offensive midfield for San Diego and roll it back to Riley Swift. Under 3:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. A high-scoring quarter for both teams. Rovira to Childs at the red line. Slides down, loses the ball. Turlock has numbers. Coming across midfield. It's Martin Arista straight away to the red line. Steps over the ball twice. Childs from behind bumps him and takes it away. Childs working hard, and then same thing. Arista bumps Cheeky from behind. That's a team foul. That's 6. It's a Sockers power play coming at 3:01 of the 3rd quarter. Sockers will go on the man advantage. They are 2 for 3 tonight. Feels like if you could get that 10th before the end of the 3rd quarter, Chad, this Turlock team, so much effort expended. They've put so much energy into this quarter.
Yeah.
If they come out of it down 4, I feel like it's going to be really tough for them to overcome.
Yeah, getting that 10th goal will be huge, especially if we can keep them at 6. Going into a quarter with 4 goals, there's not many teams in this league that are going to be able to come back from 4 on us in one quarter.
Susi to Luna. This power play started at 3:01. It'll count to either 101 or a Soccer's 10th goal. Giles to Susi. Lost it to Jesse Horta, but then Cheeky Luna tracked down his attempt to clear. And in midfield, Susi regroups for San Diego. The Soccer's captain bends one to Eddie Velez. One-touch shot. It goes high off the goal glass. Medina in the middle of the crease gets knocked down. No foul. As there was 50-50 contact there with Barajas. Now it's Robledo playing one off the side wall. He feeds a runner. Horta! He couldn't get a good shot. He flicked it on goal, but Swift grabbed it. Throws a counterattack ball out to Cheeky Luna. Minute 20 left in the power play. Luna to Susi. Velez on right wing. Back to Medina in the crease, taken away by Horta. Then the pass deflected off the back leg of Cheeky. Comes to the far wall. Robledo runs. Lost the ball behind him. Luna taps it between his legs. And Susi collects it straight away in defensive midfield. Just about a minute taken off this power play. 60 seconds remaining. 2 minutes left on the third quarter clock. Soccer's lead at 9-6. Susi lines up a long shot. Save Pedroza. Oh, Medina looking for the bicycle kick in the crease. He was held off there by Angeles. And the ball cleared all the way to Swift. Back to Susi at midfield. Susi to Cheeky. On right wing, Cheeky feeds Aaron. Susi down low, Childs. Drags it, comes to the right foot. Sliding shot blocked by Barajas. Comes out to Aaron on left wing. Cuts it straight away, Luna. Down low, Velez, nice pass. Eddie cycles it. Goal wall. Comes out to Childs. He shot it back off the goal wall. Couldn't feed Medina in the middle. Ball comes out to Cheeky, who booms it in. Power play goal. Cheeky Luna. 10-6 San Diego. At 1:23, another goal late in the quarter. Soccer's magic.
It was a great goal by Cheeky. Put it well and placed it into the left upper 90. So now we just got to hold him for a minute 23 and go into the fourth quarter with a 4-goal lead.
I thought I saw a Childs assist on that power play. Yeah.
Childs hit it off the wall and bounced out to Cheeky.
We'll give him the assist, 10-6. Luna from Childs, power play goal. Cheeky second on the team in power play goals on the year. Campos knocks down a loose ball. Look out! He scores. Oh, what a mistake by San Diego. Falling asleep. And Campos knocks it in to make it 10-7 and erase that momentum. Campos has a hat trick.
That's a big goal for Turlock. 4 goals and 3 goals is a huge difference to try to come back in one quarter. So hopefully we can just finish off this minute 12.
Campos the hat trick. 112 that goal. Wonderly chips it forward. Farber watches it come off the goal wall to Pedroza. Sockers just fell asleep there and allowed Turlock to have possession on a 3-0 in the middle of their zone. Almost inexplicable. Farber runs on a steal in midfield to Zay Roberto. Zay steps over it at the edge of center circle, almost lost his balance twice. Gets knocked into hard by Barajas. Barajas harasses him all the way into the zone. At last a foul is called. That seemed to be about 3 fouls late. And Zay will give way to Diego for a free kick here from the near wall. Preferred Contractors Insurance Company, PCIC, has established a reputation the contractor's choice. Find out why PCIC is a step above the rest. Contact your local broker for details. Rivera's goal kick, or his free kick, was thrown by Pedroza out to midfield. Now Wonderly's got it with space to Diego. Diego's got Farber down low, gets it to him. Farber refeed, and there's Pedroza to guard his near post and grab it. With 16 seconds, he throws it out to midfield to Polito. Farber runs on him from behind. Arturo Polito to the middle of offensive midfield, runs it toward the Sockers bench. 10 seconds in the quarter. Polito flicks it down. Kachui in the far corner. Battling with Velez. Off the side wall, it comes to Diego. 3 seconds. Diego bends it into the 7th man for a top-of-the-box free kick. Well, here's the good news. This free kick comes in the third quarter with 0.2 remaining. I don't think it's physically possible, even unguarded, to kick it into the net from there in 0.2 of a second. They'll try, and it didn't work. And that's the end of the third quarter, as Campos flicked it in. 11 goals in the third quarter combined, with the Sockers outscoring Turlock 6-5. We've seen games with lower scoring than that.
What was the Dallas and Las Vegas scores? Were 6-5.
Were 6-5, and this Dallas game here was 5-4 San Diego.
Yeah. So.
A different brand of soccer in that quarter. It is 10-7. The Sockers lead. The fourth quarter is next on SDSockers.com and America One Sports. Okay, we welcome you back. We apologize. We had a very brief internet drop there. Luckily, right between quarters, so you didn't miss a single second of the action, but we had to create a new file for you. With the Sockers leading the Express 10-7. What a crazy quarter. 6 goals for San Diego, 5 for the Express. Craig Elston here in box 1 with Sockers midfielder Chad Haggerty giving us some second half color commentary. Our Between the Benches reporter Tim Stromble. San Diego will get the fourth quarter restart and run left to right. The Express right to left. 15 minutes left in leg 1. The whistle sounds and we're underway with Aaron Susi chipping it into the far corner. Diego Rivera trying to run on it. Pedrosa out of his crease. Susi gets on that ball. Chips it off the low wall, but it skips up and out of play. Right, no assists, no points so far tonight. Susi with 2 and 1. Farber's got a couple of goals as well for San Diego. Craig Childs 2 goals and a helper. Here's Wright with a steal on the near wall. Comes across midfield. Crosses to Susi. Nice ball on left wing. Susi down low. Farber off the goal wall. Pedrosa comes out. Farber flicks it to Susi off the glass. Back to Bryan. First 30 seconds of the fourth quarter elapsed. It's Farber back behind him to Seuss. Sockers have scored twice. In the last 2 quarters, they scored in the first 30 seconds. Didn't get one early this time. Riley Swift, 3 assists in goal for San Diego. Chips it out over the red line. Chested down. Childs going for 4. Goal wall pass out to Cheeky. Couldn't get the good shot away. And then cleared out by Angeles. All the way to the San Diego zone. Knocked down by Swift. Good burst coming out of the quarter there for San Diego. Here's Riley. Another long ball. Swift to Childs. Childs runs it out to offensive midfield. To Cheeky straight away. Ball was rattling between his ankles. Now it's chipped into the near corner. Diego running on it with Kachui. Bounced out of there by Turlock. A foul on Diego. 4 team fouls on the Sockers to 1 on the Express. That's the current team foul count. As Gutierrez handles Belmonte. Rolled it, almost gave up possession. Childs and Rivera out high. Diego pressures the ball into the defensive zone. Off the sidewall it comes. Cheeky tried to step up on a steal. So did Childs. Now Turlock's got space, though. Look out. It's Gutierrez. He shoots it wide to the right. And Childs backheels it out of the zone on one hop, luckily, over the wall. Or else it could have been a top-of-the-box free kick. A free kick restart there. Offensive midfield, far wall for the Express. Tip to Saldate. Chips it. Trying for a back heel. Into the crease. Kachui. And it rolls out. Swift able to punt it to midfield. Scoring plays, Chad, can just come out of nowhere in this game.
Yeah, they really can. You just got to be on your toes at all times on defense. And this Turlock team, they've been a part of a lot of high-scoring games this season, so they're perfectly capable of coming back.
Scored 150 goals this year, Turlock, 4th in the league. There's a foul on Saldate, knocking down Paul Wright. Second team foul on the Express. However, Turlock has conceded 127 goals to just the 71 allowed by the Sockers. Susi gets knocked down in the far corner. No harm, no foul. Belmonte out to Arista, to Saldate on the near wall, and the Express able to escape their zone. 12:35 to go in the fourth quarter. San Diego leads 10-7 in leg 1 of the PASL divisional playoffs. Leg 2 tomorrow night at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. Susi to Reza. Ray trying to step through Arista. Martin Arista stayed between him and goal, and as Reza went over the top, a foul on Ray. 5th team foul on the Sockers. They're one from conceding a power play. Here's the long ball forward. One hop over the wall. Turlock gives it away. It'll be Zé Roberto. I think they just announced the attendance and I didn't hear it. Zezou from the far wall. Bends one to the edge of the crease. Pedroza jumped out. He's outside his crease. But Susi's header attempt went all the way to midfield. Now Horta counterattacking to the red line. On right wing. Give and go back. And there was Swift to knock down a centering pass. Saldate back into the middle. They score. Jesse Horta has made it a 2-goal game as Saldate tracked down that loose ball from the goal wall, fed it to Horta crashing in. He rolled into hospital, ball across the line. 10-8 Sockers now. The first goal of the fourth quarter goes to Turlock.
Turlock's got a little momentum going for him again. They've scored the last 2 goals.
First goal of the playoffs for Horta at 12:03. Makes it 10-8. Sockers restart. Childs at the attacking red line. Roberto heads it to Medina's chest in front of the bench. Passes it to the top of the crease, headed out of there by Turlock. Express playing with conviction here. Martin at the edge of his center circle to Brian Farber. Sidewall pass, connects to Childs. Passed it back straight away to Brian in offensive midfield. Polito runs up from behind him and takes it away for Turlock. Long ball, Kiko. Gutierrez coming in on the right wing. Oh, just wide to the left. Just missed, making it a 1-goal game. Now Campos with a hat trick down there in the near corner. A double team, and Scotty Martin takes it away. Headed by Childs into open space, but Angeles will run on this and flick it back to his keeper, Pedroza. Long ball. Medina puts it high in the air. Farber trying to jump for it, but Barajas got there first. Back to midfield. It is Polito. Arturo Polito. Left-footed shot right on goal. A save, Riley Swift. And Roberto will kick it out for San Diego. At midfield, Farber trying to jump up on one. Taken away. Barajas in front of the Express bench. With Childs stumbling in front of him defensively. It comes to Campos. Campos, his pass tipped away. Defensive clear on Medina. And a top of the box free kick coming for Turlock. At 10:46, the Express will free kick. Boy, not liking right now the momentum of this game.
No, we really need to try to get push through this and start to turn the momentum back our way.
Campos shot it into the wall, blocked by Farber. Comes to Kachui on the near mid boards. Back out to Campos, 10:40 to go in the fourth. Ivan Campos down low. Barajas steps out to the right foot. His shot blocked by Scotty Martin. Scotty tracks it down to the near wall. Passes it midfield. There's a foul on Barajas. A blue card. A blue card has been pulled on the Turlock Express. At 10:31, a key power play coming to San Diego, trying to pull back out to a 3-goal lead.
That was big. Hopefully we can get a goal here and push it back to a 3-goal lead. Maybe this can kill a little bit of Turlock's momentum that they've got going right now.
Power play begins at 10:31. It'll count down to 8:31 or a Sockers' 11th goal. Cheeky Luna to Aaron Susi and back to Cheeky on right wing. Luna had the power play strike the last time. Down on the midboards, Velez back to Cheeky. Susi on left wing, the left-footed striker. Back to Cheeky, straight away. Puts it high off the frame. And the rebound back out to Aaron. 10:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Cheeky dances forward to Susi. Left-footed cross off the side glass to Eddie Velez. Rolls it back to Cheeky. Cheeky quickly moving the ball to Aaron on left wing. His shot to the back post wide. Velez kicked it to the back post. Cleared out by Belmonte with Childs lurking. 1:15 left in the man advantage for San Diego. Sockers lead at 10-8. Susi down low, Childs trying to turn to the hat trick. Back out, pass intercepted, Arista. Martin Arista stepping out. Arista on counterattack on the far wall. Here he comes, 1v2. Has to stop the ball on right wing. Taken away by Luna, but precious seconds elapsed. Man rolling around. Arista's rolling around with no foul call. Sockers come forward. It's essentially a two-man disadvantage right now. Velez to Farber. Ryan out to Cheeky. The man hobbling still behind the play. Luna to Susi. Finally gets off the bench. Back to 5v4. Susi steps in. Shoots. Save Pedroza. And the ball tipped out high to Luna. Cheeky back to Susi. 35 seconds left in the power play. Sockers up 10-8 in the fourth quarter. It's Velez back to Luna. Straight away to Susi. Under 30 to go on this man advantage. Susi boots one to Velez, who shoots it off the right post. Oh, a cracker off the right post for Eddie Velez. 20 seconds in the man advantage. Susi to Cheeky straight away. Cheeky bounds it to Velez in the corner. Off the goal glass. Comes out on left wing to Farber. Couldn't control the shot. Susi with 10 seconds in the power play. To Cheeky straight away. Cheeky fakes right. Shoots! Scores! Cheeky Luna! 2 power plays for Cheeky. Susi the assist. The goal the Sockers needed. They're up 11-8.
I'm pretty sure that bounced off the post and hit the keeper and went in. That was a great shot by Cheeky, though. We just need to keep this 3-goal advantage throughout the rest of the quarter.
Luna's second of the game, third point. Susi gets the assist, his second of the game. Sockers cash that power play.
There's a yellow card on the coach.
3 for 5 now. Polito gets a yellow card. Arturo Polito furious. And that means a man has to serve these 5 minutes for Turlock. Looks like it'll be little used Sergio Souza. Meanwhile, and pointed out by assistant statistician Nick Pellegrino, Jose Barajas has 2 blue cards tonight. If he got a third, that would be an automatic red. There's the misconduct on Polito leaving his bench. So Barajas has to be careful. If he takes another penalty, he'll have to sit out leg 2 tomorrow night in Las Vegas. Aaron Susi. Eric Wonderly coming in on the midboards. Under 8:30 to play. Sockers back up 11-8. Wonderly, good work. Trying to deflect that ball. It comes up into Tim Strombel's area down there. 8:16 left to go in the fourth quarter. Rovira to Childs. Childs stepping out to the right foot. He booms it in a one-handed save by Pedroza. Wonderly tracks down the loose ball for San Diego. Childs, such an explosive scorer. Here's Rivera. Walking it back, offensive midfield, under 8 to go. Back to Swift. 11-8 Sockers. Riley to Childs. In the far corner, Craig collects. Back out to Farber straight away on left wing. Tried to step it through. Got spun down, no foul. Kachui punts it forward. Tried to run up on it. He stumbled a bit. Tried to sell a foul on Roberto. Didn't get the call. Sockers, by the way, are on 5 team fouls right now. It is Diego on the near wall in front of the penalty boxes. Coming forward. He's got Wonderly next to him. There it is, the 6th foul on San Diego. Wonderly called for a cheapie on the near wall. And Turlock gets a power play at 7:29 as we make the officials timeout. Well, it feels right now, and it might not be true, but it feels, Chad, like this is a make-or-break power play for the Turlock Express.
Yeah, Turlock just won't go away. So if they can get a goal here, they're right back in this game.
We are at the officials' timeout. 7:29 to go, fourth quarter. The Sockers lead at 11-8 on SDSockers.com and America One. The official attendance announced tonight here at the Valley View Casino Center, 3,048, which again, given that this front office, Chad, had just a week to promote this game as opposed to months for all the other games in the regular season and even in the semifinals or finals, I think it's another sign of the continuing growth of the Sockers within the San Diego sports community, this hardcore group of fans that is willing to back their team.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. I'm amazed every day at how many people that I see that are like, oh, hey, I was at your game this last week. And I was like, really? They're just people that I work with, people that I see out at my church. I mean, a lot of different people are always commenting about how much fun they're having at our games.
Child serves the 6 fouls penalty, which begins at 7:29 for Turlock. The Express on the power play for the third time, and they are 2 for 2 tonight with a man advantage. Gutierrez rolls it down to the near corner, looking for Kachui, that very dangerous striker who's got a couple of goals tonight. It's Gutierrez stepping out to Campos with a hat trick. Campos back to Gutierrez with space. Shot and a save by Swift. Riley gets a big save as the first 30 seconds of the power play have elapsed. He throws it to Rivera, back to Martin. Scotty's attempted pass to Eddie Velez, knocked down at the Turlock red line, and the Express regroup their man advantage. Campos to Adrian Gutierrez, 24 assists on the season. Back to Campos, who had 33 goals regular season. He booms one far, wide to the left. Boy, that guy's got a dangerous shot. Campos to the far wall now. Mid-boards, stepping out is Polito, crosses. Gutierrez knocks it down. His shot deflected by Martin over the glass. And a corner kick coming for Turlock. Minute 2 left in the Express power play. Sockers leading 11-8 here in the fourth quarter. Gutierrez to Polito. A slow ball. Polito tracks it down on the midboards. Turns to face on left wing. Steps in. Shot blocked by Velez. Martin steps. Look out. Barajas. Fouled by Scotty straight away. Oh, almost like a power play free kick coming up here for the Express. Great scoring chance right now for Turlock with 48 seconds left in the power. It's right on the dot. It's like a free kick essentially. And just a 2-man wall for San Diego.
They scored one of these earlier.
Campos, right wing, shot blocked Rivera. Diego with a big shot block there, denying Polito. 44 seconds left in the man advantage. Polito back to Campos. 6:10 on the game clock, fourth quarter. A loose ball. Rivera knocks it into empty space. Eddie couldn't jump on it. The keeper, Pedroza, over his red line to collect. To Campos, who walks it across midfield. Offensive midfield straight away. Steps to the right foot. Velez trying for a steal. Eddie overplaying him to his left. Comes to Polito on right wing. 23 seconds left in the power play. Again, Velez interfering. Rivera steps up and steals. Diego along the bench wall. Here he comes with Barajas on his hip. Rivera into the attacking zone. He's knocked down in the far corner. No foul. Diego screaming, saying it should have been a blue card. Then he jumps off. Farber jumps on. 5 seconds left in the power play. Right wing. Campos stepping. Left-footed shot. He scores! He crossed over, faked the right, shot it left-footed, scored the power play goal, his fourth of the game. It's 11-9 San Diego.
2 seconds left in that power play. It's a bad time to let in a power play goal right there.
A deft shot by Campos, but against.
I think we may have just gotten another blue card against us.
For what?
I'm not sure.
It could be a third yellow.
I think it was Eddie. We're a man down. I just saw the blue card.
Let's check in with Tim Stromble.
Hey, thanks, Craig. It was Eddie Velez on the dive that happened right around the red line before that goal. They called the blue card on that. I don't know who's serving it, but the card I thought was on Velez.
So they called Eddie for a dive before the goal, and Campos scored on continuation. And now 2 more minutes apparently are going to go on the clock. A timeout has been called by San Diego.
Yeah, Eddie and one of the Turlock players got tangled up right in front of the red line.
Well, the Sockers call timeout. Things are getting dicey here. It's 11-9. Now, I will bring up from the game notes another fact about this Sockers team. San Diego has gone 38 consecutive games without allowing double-digit goals. In fact, in the PASL history of the Sockers, they have only allowed 10 goals 3 times. They are 3-0 in those games. And the Sockers have never allowed 11 or more goals to be scored against them in a PASL contest or any other contest, international, U.S. Open Cup, what have you. But with 5:31 to play in the fourth, it's 11-9 San Diego, and apparently Turlock is about to go back on the power play.
And what, they're 3 for 3 on the night on power play, so
yep.
Hopefully we can get a stop here.
Filippi's Pizza Grotto, delivering authentic Italian flavor to San Diego for over 50 years, a proud sponsor of your San Diego Sockers. Wyndham Garden San Diego is the host hotel for the Sockers, located across the street on Sports Arena Boulevard. Call the sales department. Ask for Edel. Mention the Sockers. You'll get 20% off your bill.
It looks like we have 5 players on the field. I'm a little confused as to what's going on.
I see 5 out there. There's no penalty on the board. And Velez is still on the pitch. So apparently there was no blue card. Well, that's good news.
That is great news.
Sockers restart. Luna plays it forward to Diego Rivera in front of his bench, dancing across the red line on left wing. Under 5.5 to play in the fourth quarter. It's Luna down to Diego! Shot and a save by Pedroza. And Campos tracks down the loose ball. Flicks it forward. Velez will run this down in front of Kachui. In front of the express bench, he turns back to his own zone. Riley Swift across the red line. Bends one forward to Childs in the far corner. Swift has 3 assists tonight for San Diego. Horta walls him off. A foul called on Childs. Craig furious at that call from Adrian Taitano from the far wall. The crowd booing as well. By the way, PASL PR leader Sidney Nusinoff Facebooked me to say that 3,048 is a new PASL playoff attendance record. And the Sockers expect to obliterate that in the semifinals and finals. First they got to get there. Mercuriali punts it out of his defensive zone all the way back to the red line where Pedroza tracks it down. Luna now. Paul Wright heads it down defensive midfield to Eddie Velez at the midfield stripe. Back to Paul with 4:30 to go. Mercuriali at his red line now. Steps in the ball and wastes some time. Next goal is huge in this game if there is a next goal. Riley to Sweat. Susi. Susi knocks it down on left wing. Goal wall pass. Cheeky. Couldn't get a shot away. Pedroza slides and punches it off of Luna's toe. Gutierrez comes forward and a through ball to Kachui. He shoots it wide to the left. Just missed a hat trick. Brunil Kachui and a 10th goal for Turlock. Velez to Susi with under 4 to play. Susi fighting with Kachui for possession. Staggering. Out to midfield, and Heron runs it back. Good work by the 38-year-old captain. It's Paul Wright from 38 years old to 43. Riley Swift bends one, near wall. Campos knocks it to midfield. Gutierrez with Reza on his hip. Martin knocked down by Campos. How do you call the foul on Scotty there? Second team foul on San Diego. Crowd moaning and groaning at some of these calls.
Yeah, there have been a lot of calls in the last quarter and a half, so.
The yellow card penalty, the second yellow card on Turlock has expired. Souza is back on the bench for Turlock. 2-2 the fouls. Here's Campos. Bends one, look out! A goal! What a pass as rushing in was Saldate. The 10th goal is on the board for Turlock. The defensive streak is over. And with 3:22 to play, it's a 1-goal game. They give it to Campos, who scored from midfield. I thought Saldate maybe got a touch on that. He did not. 3:22 the time of goal. And the Sockers have tied their worst defensive effort in team history in the PASL. But can they win this playoff game? It's 11-10. 3:10 to go. Anyone's game. Farber on the near wall to Childs. Childs lost it behind him. Here comes Barajas. Barajas across left wing. Medina fights him into the corner. A whistle, a foul on San Diego again. And a free kick coming from the near wall for the Express attacking zone.
Yeah, we need to keep our heads here. There's only 3 minutes left in the game. We don't want to do anything stupid that'll really screw things up for us. We don't need to make it any tougher than it already is to beat these guys.
And it's been plenty tough. Back to Campos. The boomer! Wide to the right. Looking to level scores with his 5th goal. Diego, no! Tried for a counterattack ball and cleared it defensively. Free kick coming to try and equalize. The Sockers falling apart late in the 4th quarter. A free kick top of the box for the Turlock Express. San Diego's lead, which once stood at 8-3, is down to 11-10.
This is where we need some of our veterans to step up and take some leadership here.
Gutierrez steps over. Shot! Goal! Polito! We are tied at 11! The defensive mistake. The most goals the Sockers have allowed in 4 years of play. And they need a 12th now. At 2:49, we are tied at 11. And look out, Campos with 5 goal steals. Here it comes into the near corner. And Anthony Medina tracks it down. A whistle. Another foul on San Diego. No, Medina. The foul was on Turlock. Here, a ball deflected up. Farber tried for a half volley, and it's deflected over the glass. No, they say Brian touched it last. A goal throw for Turlock. If this game stays tied, we'll have sudden death overtime. A 5th quarter here from the Valley View Casino Center. Or can the Sockers get some late magic in a game that they had firmly in control? Turlock has been the better team second half, plain and simple. Here's Farber. Lost it to Saldate. To Polito at midfield. 2:20 to go in regulation. Polito, a battle for possession. Farber comes crashing in. A blue card on Brian Farber. Farber just got blue carded. And Turlock, which hasn't missed on the power play yet, will try and score to win this game in the last 2 minutes.
They can effectively kill the game with this power play if they go 2 minutes in.
The San Diego Sockers, who have never lost at home, 43-0. That is so on the line right now. Turlock power play at 2:14 of the 4th quarter. They can score and maybe win this game and go to Vegas understanding, and Turlock calls timeout. Keep in mind the playoff format. Whomever loses tonight needs to win tomorrow to force a 30-minute mini game that they then have to win immediately after the first game is over. And this is the greatest upset bid in the history of the PASL right now. It is 30 minutes. It was something established by PASL Commissioner Kevin Milliken during the week in a question and answer session. We originally heard like the MISL was going to be a 15-minute mini game. It's not. It'll be 30 minutes, which is good news, I think.
We could really use one of those shorties right now.
Turlock is 3 for 3 on the power play tonight. They will go on the power play for the 4th time at 2:14. At this point, the Sockers almost desperate just to reach a sudden death overtime. In a game they led 8-3.
Be a shame if we let this one slip away.
The power play begins. It's rolled back to Pedroza. There is 2:05 on the game clock. A minute 50 on the power play for Turlock. Polito on the far wall. Back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez 2 steps forward. He rolled it back to midfield. It got past Polito. I think Turlock's trying to take some time off the clock before attacking. 1:45. Polito now into the attacking zone. Turning into the near corner. It's Horta! His shot deflected up high. Over the glass. Corner kick, Turlock from the far corner. The most goals Riley Swift has ever allowed, 11. The first time it's happened in soccer's PASL history. Happens in the playoffs. Rolled out, Campos! He shot it wide to the left, a cracker that almost went in. 1:35 in regulation. Gutierrez with Velez on his hip. Gutierrez rolls it out straight away to Polito. 1:14 in the power play, 90 seconds left on the game clock. Off the goal wall! Point blank! And a foul in the crease on Turlock. Kachui called for a foul in the crease. Riley Swift will throw it out. Short-handed. Lobs one. Velez, a foul there on Polito. That's the 15th foul on Turlock. Soccer's free kick short-handed from offensive midfield straight away. 1:19 to go. Zay plays it to the side wall. Gutierrez in the corner. Rolls it through the goal mouth to Polito. Here they come on the power play. A minute left in this man advantage. A long ball. Horta turns straight away. Jesse Horta to the right foot. High off the frame. He got loose and shot it off the frame. A minute to go. Velez plays it off the goal wall shorthanded. 45 seconds left in the power play. Turlock and Sockers tied at 11. Leg one of the playoffs. Coming down to the stretch. It's Polito. Behind him to Gutierrez. Near wall Campos. Left wing Campos, 5 goals. Down low! Oh, the crossing pass, nobody was there. 26 seconds in the power play. Polito! Straight away shot, Swift saves it and dives on it in his crease. 18 seconds in the power play. Swift throws a long ball forward. Susi flicks it, it goes over the low wall. Restart for Turlock. 12 seconds on their man advantage. 26 seconds on the game clock. It's Gutierrez. Defensive midfield. Polito. Across the midfield stripe. On the bench wall. 5 seconds in the power play. Gutierrez trying to step through right. Ball deflected by Rivera. Roberto heads it forward. The power play is over. Full and even strength. There's 10 seconds left. It's Diego. Farber tries to head it. Loose ball in open space. On the bench wall. Gutierrez knocked over the wall by Roberto. A free kick for Turlock with 3.5 seconds left on right wing. This would be a truly magic strike. I believe Turlock is trying to call timeout here. They ask for it and do. They call timeout. Timeout express. 3.5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, 11-11. And again, sudden death overtime is lurking in the very near future for this Sockers team. This game is giving me heart palpitations here, Chad.
I'm over here biting my nails. I wish I could be out there to do something about it. It's the hardest part about it for me. 3.5 seconds.
Well, the free kick is about 10 feet inside the red line and about a foot off of the far wall.
I mean, it'll take something special for him to score, but either way, I don't like it. So I'd rather it be us with the free kick.
Jodes, I'm out of water. Just drained the last water bottle. Need to go find one. .5 seconds before overtime, but a free kick for Turlock. The whistle sounds. They roll it out. Gutierrez, his shot was blocked by Farber. Into the stands. There's 0.8 left on the clock. It'll be a free kick from midfield. Nothing that can be done here. It looks like we're going to overtime.
Just went out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Polito free kick, 0.8. Polito's free kick to the crease. The horn sounds.
That is the
Turlock scored 3 goals in the last 5:31 of regulation. They outscored the Sockers 4-1 in the fourth quarter. 60 minutes were not enough tonight. Sudden death overtime will determine leg 1 of the PASL Pacific Division playoffs. We're back with it on SDSoccers.com and America One Sports. Sudden death overtime. The final score of tonight's game will be 12-11. Who will get the 12th goal? Chad Haggerty, by the way, has gone down to the Sockers locker room to get me some water. I need it. Boy, Jesse Horta had a game winner there for Turlock and didn't get the shot. Thanks, buddy. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's teamwork right there, 87. Thank you, Chad. Hashtag thank you, Chad. 15 minutes to decide this game, but the next goal is the winner. Now, the only question I have, and maybe Sydney can answer listening back in Maryland, is if the at the end of 15 minutes, if the shootout still exists in the playoffs or if they play a second overtime period. I believe you stay with everything the same, including a shootout at the end of the sudden death overtime if nobody scores in 15 minutes. The foul counts reset at 0. Each team gets a timeout. The Express is the visiting team. Crouch on the restart at midfield. They'll run left to right. The two teams switch sides. The Sockers will run right to left.
At the rate these teams are scoring tonight, I don't think we're going to have to worry about the whole 15 minutes going by.
Before the restart, an Express player basically jumped off sides, tried to get off the center line early. Gutierrez to Farber, who heads it away from his red line. Barajas straight away. Scotty Martin to Eddie Velez. A discombobulated Sockers side conceded a remarkable 9 goals in the second half. Susi flicking. Farber sliding try. Pedroza kicked it away from him. Here's Gutierrez with space coming forward. On left wing is Martin Arista. He's got Polito on the back post. He steps through. Shot and a save. The ball's behind Riley and he grabs it. Confirmation, by the way, from Sidney Newsonoff. Shootouts would follow a sudden death overtime. Horta heads it to defensive midfield, and Velez knocks it down for San Diego. Trying to feed Medina a curving ball, a long run. Medina knocked down Saldate, no call. He flicks, trying for Childs in the far post, and Pedroza knocked it up to himself, dove and grabbed it. He throws from the top of his crease, and Velez tracks it down on the near wall. Sudden death overtime in the playoffs. A foul on the near wall, I believe on Velez. Campos was crying for a blue card he didn't get. The Express will free kick from the near wall. Offensive midfield. 11-11. 1 minute into sudden death OT. It's Horta. Behind him to Barajas. And Barajas to Gutierrez in front of the Turlock bench. He bends one to the edge of the crease, knocked down by Scotty Martin. Martin to Medina. Medina trying to step through Gutierrez. Gutierrez walls him off. Contact from both players, no whistle. And then Gutierrez's attempted clear blocked by Anthony. Oh, they give it to the Sockers. A free kick right there on right wing on the far wall. Velez. Childs is calling for the ball up high. Eddie flicks it. Childs touches it, trying to give it back to Eddie at the top of the crease. Running out Jesse Horta for Turlock. Horta, 2 touches, straight away! And Rivera runs in between him and goal and knocks it away. Luna to Medina. Ball pinballs between his legs and Diego steps out. Forward to Childs. Childs taken away from him by Angeles. And the Express chip it forward. It's Campos in the corner. He's got 5 goals. He rams Eddie into the wall. There's a blue card. A blue card on Turlock. Velez got boarded into the corner. The Sockers at 13:10 of overtime will go on the power play.
It's a big moment. We need to capitalize here and send this game to Las Vegas with a W.
Gutierrez will be the man sent to the penalty box for the straight blue.
That was a bad play by the Turlock player. He just put his team into a hole.
The Sockers power play begins at 13:10 of overtime. It'll count to 11-10 or to a golden goal and a game winner. Riley Swift gets it started to Aaron Susi. Susi, Childs, Eddie, Cheeky, Farber on the power play unit for San Diego. It's Susi to Childs. Offensive midfield, the Sockers operate. Farber cycling in the crease. Susi cuts it on right wing to Luna. Back to Aaron straight away. Down to the midboards, off the sidewall. Childs shot blocked by Belmonte. Comes back to Craig and straight away to Susi. Crosses to Luna on right wing offensive midfield. Right point, it's Eddie Velez. Power play San Diego in sudden death overtime. It's Susi's shot blocked by Angeles up in the air. Susi heads it. And then, is that a defensive clear? It is. Belmonte headed it over the low wall. The Sockers with a power play will free kick. Top of the box free kick coming for San Diego with a man advantage. Trying for the golden goal game winner. At 12:35, the power play free kick. Who will take it? Looks like Cheeky. Cheeky steps up, rolls it, right wing. It's Susi off the right post. Susi bangs the post and it's still tied. Power play continues. Velez to Childs. Eddie straight away, Cheeky Luna. Right back to Velez on left wing. Over the red line. Crosses it over, mid-boards, Aaron Susi. Minute 10 left in the San Diego man advantage. 12-18, sudden death overtime. 11-11 in opening game of the playoffs. It's Susi to Childs. Childs shot blocked. Childs looks for a handball. He doesn't get it. Belmonte clears it off the low wall, keeps it in play. Hops over now into the penalty box. Susi restarts to Luna. 55 seconds left in the power play. Down to Childs. Childs, goal wall pass to the far wing. Comes to Velez. He shoots it wide to the right. Got past Farber. And Childs back to Susi. Aaron to Brian Farber on left wing. Brian steps into the near corner. Crosses. Flicked by Pedroza. Comes to Velez. And Velez chips it all the way over Childs' head out to midfield. 31 seconds left in the power play for San Diego. Trying to win it in sudden death overtime. Susi. Left-footed shot is over everything and out of play. Goal throw, Turlock. 24 seconds left in the man advantage. A goal throw for Javier Pedroza. 11:35 left in sudden death OT. The shorthanded throw at the red line, fighting through, and Roberto able at the last second to take that away from a Turlock player. It's Eddie with 12 seconds left in the power play. Looks up to check the clock. Rolls it to Susi on left wing. Under 8 seconds in the power play. Susi down into the near corner. It's Farber stepping right foot. Oh, to the back post. Nobody there. Velez now. His shot blocked by Saldate over the low wall. The power play is over. Full and even strength.
It's a missed opportunity.
Sockers 3 for 6 on the power play tonight. A free kick on right wing, however, just inside the red line. Childs shoots, blocked. Back over the wall. Same spot. They'll do it again. Just about 4 minutes taken off this overtime clock. It's Childs again. He watches as Luna runs into the crease. Childs shoots. Oh, in the crease. It was blocked out of there by Angeles. Angeles blocked it away. Farber runs it down to the near wall. Gets it to Eddie Velez. Belmonte comes out on pressure to Diego, left wing. Diego on the near wall. Fighting with Campos for possession. All the way into the corner comes Rivera. Bends it out of the midboards. Plays it back behind him to Eric Wonderly. Wonderly crosses a pass. Oh, he gave it away. That ball was, but luckily for San Diego, bent over the low wall by Saldate, trying to feed Campos in a near wall run. All the Sockers fans standing here nervously. A long ball. Farber trying to head it on right wing. Sockers will free kick in their zone. Oh, it's top of the box. A defensive clear was called on Turlock there as the fight in midair for possession. Angeles headed it over the low wall. Sockers free kick. Top of the box at 10:36 in overtime. The Vuvuzelas are booming here at the Valley View Casino Center. The free kick is Susi. He tips it down low. Child's shot blocked into the corner by Gutierrez. An easy play to read, I think, for Turlock. Velez back down to KC. On the midboards, double team, dispossessed. Campos at midfield. Has it for Turlock, taken away by Cheeky. Back to Riley Swift. Swift to Velez. Crosses to Cheeky on his own red line. 10-10 to go in sudden death overtime. 11-11 the score. Cheeky gave it away on the near wall, kicked it out of bounds. Turlock will free kick defensive midfield. Gutierrez runs it forward, gets a ball from Saldate, offensive midfield. Plays it on left wing to Brunil Kachui. Back behind him to Gutierrez. 10 minutes to go in sudden death OT. Horta, edge of center circle, couldn't control the ball. Comes to the near wall. Martin steps up to pressure. The ball played back to Pedroza. The keeper across his red line. Bends a long ball forward. Polito in the far corner. Chests it down. Back to goal. Double team comes for San Diego. Luna and Wonderly. Eric punts it out. Kachui. Ball came out to Kachui on left wing. He kicked it over the goal glass. No deflection. San Diego with a goal throw. 9:41 at a very nervous Valley View Casino Center where the Sockers have never lost. If they lose tonight, their backs will be against the wall going to Las Vegas tomorrow on ESPN Radio 1700.
The entire crowd right now is on their feet. I mean, this is incredible.
Swift airs one out. Susi heads it into the crease on 2 hops. Pedro's able to grab it. Easy play. All that Sockers confidence and quality that we saw in the first 3 quarters. A very nervous team right now. Polito played behind to Horta. The Express come forward. Horta chips a long ball into the far corner. Martin and Polito fight for possession. Polito, Martin stepping through him. No whistles. Play continues. Farber, look out. That ball pinballed behind him. Kachuian taken away by Zay. Oh, Roberto with a key defensive play. Farber just flicks it from his goal bench. Sockers need a line change. Pedroza coming out with right pressuring him. Horta now along the near wall. Offensive midfield. Walling off a player was Polito. Passed it to Angeles on right wing. Very tired. Polito has to come off the pitch. He's exhausted as he comes off. Maybe a sore hip. Gutierrez on the far wall. Ball comes off. Steps to the right foot. Steps out again. Steps out again. Shoots it high and over the wall. 8:42 sudden death overtime. 11-11 the score. Riley Swift to the near wall to Diego Rivera. Diego bends a long one. It's over the head of everyone. It comes off the far corner glass. It's chipped up by Belmonte over the goal glass, but I guess it was last touched by Belmonte. It's a corner kick for San Diego. Far corner kick coming for the Sockers. Oh, with all these vets, a set piece. You'd love to see it come through.
Yeah, we worked on these all week in practice, so hopefully one of these in this overtime period can send us
Susi,
home with a
Giles, score! Golazo! Sockers win! Giles hat trick! Golden goal!
That's a huge moment for us. Going to Vegas, one leg up, so.
Craig Giles pots home the game winner from Susie, a restart, 8:31. San Diego remains undefeated. And I'm ready to collapse onto Chad Haggerty in utter relief as the San Diego Sockers blow a 5-goal lead and still win it. 12-11 in full time.
Turlock put up a good fight, and we're going to expect the same thing tomorrow. So we got to get some rest tonight and get to Vegas and play even harder than we did tonight, believe that or not. So, wow.
San Diego on Craig Giles' restart goal, his hat trick, Susie's 5th point of the game. They win it 12-11. What a crazy game today at the Valley View Casino Center. Craig Giles down on the field with Tim Stromble.
Craig, hard-fought game, hat trick to get you to end the game, 12-11. Do you have anything left for tomorrow, first of all?
No, it was a tough game. We weren't looking past them. We knew they're a good team, and we played them a few times each year, and every time it's a good game, and we knew we had our winning streak on the line. A couple of us were leggy, including myself. It just couldn't seem to get a good rhythm, but we're gonna be here most of the night getting some treatment, get in the ice tub, and we'll be good to go tomorrow.
Up 8-3 and then up 11-8. You saw those leads go away. What was going through your guys' mind? How did you pull it out in the end in overtime?
A lot of momentum in this game, and they had a big swing of momentum a couple times during that game, and that's how it works. 3 or 4 goals here, 2 or 3 goals here. In indoor soccer, a 4-goal lead isn't a lock, so it was tough game, but we're happy to get out of here with our winning streak.
Well, a very big congratulations to us. Go celebrate your team. Craig, a multiple-time MVP. Back to you, Craig. Good job, buddy.
First San Diego goal in 15 minutes and 4 seconds of the run of play. An entire quarter, and the Sockers somehow, Chad, hang on for a 12-11 victory. This team, so much experience. It's amazing. Even in a game when seemingly they had lost all of their composure, the defense had fallen apart, they find a way to pull this game out.
You've got players out there like Susie and Paul Wright. They've been through this all before, and even when we do lose our composure, they're always there in our ears helping us get, back on track. And that's what we did in overtime. So, kudos to our guys. That's what we do. That's what we've been doing it for a long time.
We're going to wrap things up here and sign off, but we remind you, after this incredible game, tomorrow night in Las Vegas, we do it all again.